The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
Local sports now.
It's the 302 Sports Friday night downstate game of the week. Welcome to Delaware's premier high school football pregame show, brought to you by Sodell Concepts, 12 chef-driven restaurants on the culinary coast in southern Delaware. Now let's go live to your host of the Sodell Concepts pregame show, Benny Mitchell.
Local sports.
Welcome to Delaware Live Sports Friday night downstate game of the week. You are watching the Sodell Concepts pregame show. I'm Benny Mitchell, and joining me shortly is my broadcast partner, Scott Kammerer. It's week 5, and tonight we start District 3 play in Class AA. Two-time Class A state champion Laurel made the move to AA this year and find themselves ranked number 2. The Bulldogs are 2-2 with losses to Sussex Central, a AAA team, and number 1 ranked Caravel. Woodbridge comes in 3-1 with their lone loss to number 5 ranked Howard. In just the first half of the season, the Raiders have already turned around their 2-8 season from a year ago. Scott, both teams are coming in off of a loss, followed by a bye week. With 2 weeks to prepare, I expect both to be refreshed, a little more healthy, and ready to begin their all-important district games. And these two teams are a lot alike.
Absolutely, and these schools are only about 17, 18 miles apart, so they played against each other in Pop Warner, junior high, high school, and just to set the tone, it's homecoming here at Woodbridge. There's a carnival in the parking lot,
Absolutely.
And there was a line, I would say 250 people were in line an hour before the game. It's a full house. There's a ton of kids here. There's a ton of kids playing football across the way, so we're looking for some big plays, some electric players, timely penalties and turnovers like every high school game are going to come down to it. But both these teams are well coached. They have speed, they have good systems, and we're looking for a really close game. I think with the rankings you give the slight edge to Laurel because they're 2 and Woodbridge is currently unranked, but this game's a rivalry game, Benny, and it's a toss-up, and anybody could win this game here tonight. As
you can see on the camera, people filing in on the Laurel side, parking lot filling up, and as we can see below us, they're coming in here on the Woodbridge side. Probably going to have close to a capacity crowd tonight. Tonight we see for the 3rd time this season, the Bulldogs. They are led by head coach Joey Jones, the former Salisbury University quarterback. Jones has a record of 34-12 at Laurel with a pair of Class A state titles. The Bulldogs feature a ground and pound style with their double wing offense with a short passing game with Kobe Shockley. Shockley is also strong in the short run game for Laurel. The Bulldogs feature a strong run defense, and they will load the box and dare you to throw the ball. They have a combination of size and speed up front, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely, and Coach Joey Jones has got to be happy with the way that Shockley has taken over the offense this year from his brother, Kobe Shockley, doing an excellent job protecting the ball, running well. He's got a lot of good passes under his belt. He's very calm. He's a good leader, so Coach Joey Jones has got to be excited about that. We're going to have to talk about Xavier Limehouse later on. He's the guy that makes it go over there at Laurel, offense and defense. We've really enjoyed watching him play throughout the year. But the marquee guy, really the man, is going to be Patrick Bell. He's a two-way player, and he really can carry this team on his shoulders tonight.
And Roy Scotton returns tonight after 3 weeks out with the sprained ankle. The former 3-sport All-Stater at William Penn, Marvin Dooley, is well known throughout the state and enters his 3rd season at Woodbridge, where he is 17-10. Dooley led the Blue Raiders to the state finals in 2020 and won a Division I state title at William Penn in 2014. Just like Laurel, the Blue Raiders are a run-first offense out of the pistol, but they come out with several different alignments. The main difference is Woodbridge tends to strike with their speed and break off long runs to the end zone. Again, just like Laurel, Woodbridge defense is tough against the run. They're going to load the box and take their chances against the pass and bring pressure.
Yeah, and watching them on film and the one game we did this year, Benny, we really like Woodbridge. We really like Johnson, Banks, and Risper. We think they're excellent players. They can score at any moment. This team is averaging 34 points a game, so they can score. There's no question about it. But can they match up on D? Can they change the pace? Can they stop the running game of Laurel? And can they impose their will on the Laurel line? That's going to be the big question tonight. It's going to be a good one. The Woodbridge Blue Raiders and Laurel Bulldogs coming at you on Friday night.
Folks, when we come back, we'll take a look at tonight's Arena's Deli player of the game, players to watch in tonight's game. We'll be right back on the other side of this commercial timeout.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. Come check us out. Fish On is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a cool atmosphere with a happening bar, spacious dining room, and outside patio. Popular dishes include the seafood stew and fresh oysters from the raw bar. Fish On's recently renovated event room and is the perfect spot for your next event. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points, open 7 days a week, best happy hour around. See you soon.
And welcome back. Let's look at tonight's Arena's Deli's players to watch. Arena Deli, 6th location, the original location downtown Rehoboth Beach. Arena's Cafe on Highway 1, Rehoboth. In Lewis at the Village of 5 Points. At the airport in Georgetown, Milford, and the new Arena's Pub on Coastal Highway in Lewis. Let's start with the Laurel Bulldogs. And first person we're going to talk about is the quarterback, number 6, Kobe Shockley. Offensively, and this is only 3-game stats because we couldn't get the Brandywine stats. He's 13 of 25 for 150 yards. He has 1 interception and 2 touchdowns through the air. But his game is on his feet, Scott. 20 rushes for 62 yards. He scored 4 touchdowns this year for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and you got to think that Laurel's got to be proud of their quarterback, their junior quarterback. He's got a steady hand at the helm. He's only turned the ball over once. He's been real tough down in that goal line situation with the sneak. He's got the brotherly push going on, just like the Philadelphia Eagles, Laurel does. So I think that if you're going to rely on the guy to be steady and to take your team into a calm situation, I think Kobe Shockley's the guy that you want.
Number 23, Patrick Bell, the senior running back and defensive lineman. Offensively, 51 carries for 223 yards and 2 touchdowns. I talked to Joey Jones at the beginning of the season, and he said this kid played behind, Khalees Wilson, and did his time on the JV, did his time as a backup. Now is his time.
Absolutely, and this is a true marquee back. He's only a sophomore like we talked about, but he can make plays on both sides of the ball. 51 carries for 223 yards and 2 touchdowns in 3 games. And really, he hasn't got on track like I think he's going to get on track, like the potential he has. And this could be the breakout game that really solidifies his reputation as one of the top backs in the state.
And finally, you already alluded to this kid, number 22, Xavier Limehouse. He's a senior. He's a running back or wing back and an outside linebacker. He offensively 27 carries for 126 yards. He has an interception on defense. When I talked to Coach Joey Jones about this kid, he says, he's not very loud. He's not boisterous. He leads with his play, and it's just the kind of kid you want in your program.
Yeah, you watching Xavier Limehouse play, you just say to yourself as a coach, I'd love to have that guy on my team. And he's averaging 5 yards a carry. He's the spark on D&O. Somehow he makes every open field tackle. Somehow he makes every assignment, and he is a heady player, high IQ on defense and on offense. He's just been a real pleasure for us to watch, Xavier Limehouse.
And let's talk about the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. And we'll start with the number 5, Quincy Risper, the senior. He's a running back linebacker. Offensively, 13 carries for 88 yards and 1 TD. Defensively, 21 tackles, 2 sacks, and 3 tackles for a loss.
Yeah, I consider Quincy Risper like an impact player all around on both sides of the ball. He's the kind of guy that you need to rely on if you're going to go deep into district play and deep into the playoffs. So Quincy Risper, he's a threat on the offensive and on the defensive side. 3 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks, and 21 tackles in 4 games. So he's starting to rack up the numbers.
And just like you have Patrick Bell on one side, you have number 8, Tracy Johnson on the other. The senior running back linebacker, 82 carries, 558 yards, 10 touchdowns, and he plays defense too, 11 tackles, 3 for a loss. Scott, this kid's just at the midway point of the season. He's already over halfway to 1,000.
Yeah, and Tracy Johnson just looks like a 1,000-yard runner every time he touches the ball. He's averaging 7 yards an attempt, and over the course of a game, he could really start to take over. And he is a guy that I think should be showcased, and I would give him 30 carries a game if I was coaching. He hasn't carried that many, obviously, but he's a guy that can handle it, and I think Coach Dooley has a real gem on his hands in Tracy Johnson.
And number 2, Jake Banks. He's the sophomore, actually. I have him listed as a senior. He's a sophomore wide receiver and cornerback. 7 catches this year for 108 yards, 3 touchdowns. So almost half his catches go for touchdowns. Defensively, 2 interceptions. One of them was a pick 6 we saw, and that same night we also saw the 98-yard kick return. You described his kid last time as lightning in a bottle. He brought the lightning to that storm that night.
Yeah, and we said it last time we were talking earlier about him, 15 yards a catch, and half his catches go for TDs. You know what I say?
Throw him the ball.
Throw him the ball. Throw it to him more. So Jakari Banks, yeah, lightning in the bottle. He watching that play and him return that, you just thought, I don't think anybody can catch him, and nobody could catch him that night. So we're looking for another breakout game with a big hometown crowd on both sides of the ball. So we're hoping for some big things from Jakari Banks tonight.
Coming up, Scott and I will break down tonight's game with the X's and O's following these commercial timeouts.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Come check us out. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves coastal Italian cuisine with fresh pasta made in-house daily. Lupo features plenty of unique craft cocktails and an extensive award-winning all-Italian wine list. Popular dishes include lobster bucatini, veal meatballs, grilled swordfish, and eggplant parmesan. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and dinner 7 days a week. See you soon.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Surf Bagel has served the community in Delaware for over 20 years, providing fresh, hot bagels, breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, wraps, salads, local coffee and smoothies, and our iconic merch. Welcome to Surf Bagel. We're stoked to serve you.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
And welcome back to Greenwood, Delaware. You're watching the Soto Concepts pregame show on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. As we're getting closer to kickoff, it's time for the Downstate Friday Night Game of the Week. Let's talk about the X's and O's. Let's talk about what the Bulldogs have to do to be successful tonight. Scott, I think number 1, don't play behind the chains.
Yeah, and with their offense and the way they're running things, we saw against Central them get a little bit behind the chains. They had some illegal motion penalties. They had a couple of holding calls on first down. They got behind the chains. They didn't convert a lot. So I think that they could actually, if they could get on time, 3 yards on first down, convert some third downs, you're going to see a real problem for Woodbridge tonight.
Win the battle up front. That's where this game's going to be won tonight, in the trenches.
Yeah, and Laurel has 3 two-way players on offense and defense, so we'll see right away. Usually, you know, if half your line's playing both ways, you're going to see what kind of advantage they're going to have. They have some all-state caliber players on both sides of the ball. So, you know, high school comes down to can our big guys beat your big guys, and we're going to see tonight if Woodbridge can hold up to it.
And finally, create some turnovers tonight.
Yeah, and we've seen Xavier Limehouse with quite a few turnovers, and we haven't really seen Laurel turn over the ball that much. So if they could be plus. They can be in plus territory on turnovers. That's really going to help and go a long way towards them pulling off a victory here tonight. Like we said, they are ranked second in the state in their division, but this is a rivalry game, and there's a big crowd, and it's homecoming, so anything can happen. We're excited to see how it goes down.
It's Western Sussex County at its best. And for Woodbridge, what do the Blue Raiders need to do tonight, Scott? Well, if Laurel has to create turnovers, Woodbridge has to limit the turnovers. They had fumbleitis in the Howard game.
Yeah, in the Howard game and also in the game we did last year, they had inopportune turnovers at the exact wrong time. At times when you're like, look, we got a sustained drive, everything's going good, we're hitting our double teams, we're coming off blocks, everything's good, boom, you turn the ball over. And high school kids, hey, momentum's a real thing. Momentum can get you up and it can get you down. So one of the things that we're looking for tonight is for Woodbridge not to get jammed up on the momentum and to limit their turnovers.
And number 2, get Johnson going early tonight.
That's who. Listen, I mean, I've made my opinion clear. I think you give the ball to Johnson 30 times, and let's see how what you could do to stop that. And Tracy Johnson, like we said, he's a back that could take over a game, and I think they need to feed him and they need to get him the ball early and often. And
finally, need a big special teams play tonight to turn the game. Maybe a return. Maybe it's just a block punt. Yeah, maybe it's an onside kick. Something big in the special teams game where they're strong to try to turn this game tonight.
Yeah, and they got the guy. They got the guy in Banks. And if you want to catch him, you better get an angle. If you don't get an angle, you better get set up for an extra point because he's bringing it in. He's going to take it to the house. So I would love to see a big special teams play out of Woodbridge tonight. They need something like that. The last thing they want to do is get ground to death with 14-play, 7-minute drives from Laurel. We've seen that too, where they had a 7-minute drive, took over 3 and out, and then that was it. 2 drives for the whole quarter. So that's not what Woodbridge wants to see tonight.
And Scott, as you go back to that last game where we saw Woodbridge, Banks has great vision. Both of the interception and the kick return, he caught that ball dead center of the field near the goal line and weaved his way to an opening. He's got great vision while he's running.
Yeah, and he's that kind of guy that you look at him and think he's a threat to break anything. And I think tonight could be the night that he's really gonna break some big runs off like that. So we're excited to see. And you're absolutely right. He's got the vision. He cuts back good. He's actually really strong, shakes off tackles. And we saw him outrun. 2 guys had an angle on him on that last run, and he just outran the angle. So that's when you know guys can really fly.
Folks, we're going to take one more commercial timeout, and we'll be back as the homecoming festivities and the pregame are concluding. We'll be back with some football here on the other side of this commercial timeout. You're watching the Settle Concepts pregame show on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
And welcome back to Delaware Live Sports, Downstate Game of the Week, powered by 302 Sports. I'm Benny Mitchell, and providing color for me tonight in this game is Scott, my broadcast partner, Scott Kammerer, Brandon Hill on the camera with Donald Flowers, Dave Marvel, our statistician. Your halftime and postgame stats brought to you by Surf Bagel. We're approaching kickoffs. Let's check out the playing conditions with the Turf Report. We're on Bermuda grass tonight. Field is in excellent condition. Temperatures at kickoff, 70 degrees, no wind, and it looks like the rain has left the area, so we should have a good kickoff time tonight. We'd like to take a moment to thank our 2023 sponsors, Barclay Heating and Air, Capstone Homes, Jawan Johnson State Farm, Arena's Delis, Active Pest Solution, Louis Pizza, Sodell Concepts, and Grandpa Mac. They just announced the freshman class as the winner of the float competition.
That's a travesty. Freshmen never win it.
They won it tonight.
Those juniors got to step it up. Usually
right.
It's the juniors at the top.
And the seniors like, yeah, let's just put something together. Right?
That's it. Just slap something together.
We haven't won this in 4 years or 3 years. Why start tonight? So let's talk about some rankings, as you alluded to them, Scott. And we'll go start with Class AAA. Middletown, number 1. Dover, 2. Slazanum, 3. Smyrna, 4. Sussex Central, 5. Hodson, 6. And Appoquinimink, number 7. Sussex Central, Appoquinimink playing tonight, as are Smyrna and Middletown. In Class A, Tattnall still number 1, Indian River 2, St. Elizabeth's 3, followed by Polytech 4, Brandywine 5, Wilmington Charter 6, and Delaware Military Academy. Scott, if you want to go with the Class AA.
Yeah, in AA, Caravel Academy stays at number 1. Laurel 2 in climbing, Wilmington Friends 3, DMA, who we've seen earlier in the year, they're 4. Howard's 5, who knocked off Woodbridge earlier. Redline 6 and Delmar 7. That rounds out your Super 7 Class A rankings.
Delmar popping into the rankings this week for the first time. Let's talk about some of the games around the state tonight. The Middletown, number 1 ranked Middletown, goes down to Smyrna. Number 4 ranked Smyrna for the Harvest Bowl with a kickoff at 7. Glenn Frazier has the call on Delaware Live. Number 5, Sussex Central at number 7, Appoquinimink. At 7 p.m. kickoff. Cape and Lopin at St. Mark's, 7 o'clock. Scott, that game there I have it listed because these are 2 teams on the bubble of that 8-team playoff, and they may, whoever doesn't make it at the end of the year come back and look at week 5 and say that's the game we should have had.
Yeah, both those teams are kind of knocking on the top 7 rankings, Cape Henlopen and St. Mark's, and you're right, the victory is going to go a long way with the committee and also with the rankings.
In Class AA, Archmere is at number 4 DMA at 7 o'clock. Nick Alexandrini with the call for us up there. Another game of interest, Lake Forest and Sussex Tech. Lake Forest came in highly touted, took a bunch of injuries, serious injuries. Quarterback goes out for the season. Another player goes out for the season with an MCL turn. But then they get back a couple players, and they hung with Howard. I think it was a 1-touchdown game last Saturday. And Sussex Tech, they were rolling and steaming and just got taken behind the woodshed by Odessa last week. So that's going to be an interesting matchup down in Georgetown tonight.
Yeah, that's 2 teams with their backs up against the wall, and they're fighting for their season. So you might see the sparks fly there tonight.
And then tomorrow, St. George is at number 3, Slazanum. Milford heads to St. Elizabeth's to Abyssinia Stadium for a noon kickoff. Dover, number 2 Dover, will be at William Penn at noon. And number 5, maybe the most exciting and intriguing game of the weekend, is going to be number 5 Howard at number 3 Wilmington Friends. Wilmington Friends on a 14-game win streak and a 20-game home win streak.
Yeah, and we'll see. We'll see if Friends is the real deal, because Howard put it on Woodbridge, and we've liked what we've seen out of Howard so far. And then the other game that we've been talking about is number 2 Indian River at Seaford tonight in Class A. Indian River is on a roll. We haven't seen them yet, but we would love to see them and maybe in the playoff game. So Indian River is definitely having a season to remember.
It is homecoming, so we'll have a long half, but coming up at halftime, we'll have the stats once they're added up by Dave Marwell and brought to you by Sodell, or I'm sorry, it is a Sodell Concepts brand. It is Surf Bagel. And as I told you earlier today, Scott, went to Blue Coast for lunch today. I have to tell you, the fried chicken Chesapeake is on spot. It was good. And the fries are just like deadly dangerous.
Yeah, it's French fry month at all Sodell Concept restaurants, which I was like, I don't know. But they've done some really interesting fries and poutine.
Blue Coast has some type of sauce on it with Old Bay.
Yeah, they have a bechamel sauce with Old Bay.
Extremely addictive.
Yeah, it's a little much. My wife was there for lunch too.
I guess I saw her,
yeah. Oh.
So we're going to cut our mics, folks, and they're going to present the colors and followed by the national anthem. We're here in Greenwood, Delaware at Woodbridge High School for number 2 ranked Laurel and the Woodbridge Blue Raiders.
Our national anthem this evening will be sung by the Woodbridge High School Select Ensemble under the direction of Miss Jolene Workman.
And welcome back. National Anthem by the Woodbridge Chorus and the ROTC presenting the colors. I'm Benny Mitchell. With me tonight, Scott Kammer. Dave Marvel on the stats tonight. Brandon Hill and Donald Flowers on the cameras. And Kristen Mitchell back home, updating us with scores and making sure everything's running correctly tonight. Get that emergency text, and I know we're in trouble if I get that.
Not good, not good.
No. So Woodbridge will kick off. I didn't see who won the calls. We were talking during that. But the Blue Raiders will kick off in the white helmets, blue jerseys, blue pants, going from left to right. Laurel will receive in the all-white, white helmets, white shirts, white pants with the red trim, headed from right to left.
And number 50, Codden Collins, handling the kicking duties for Woodbridge. He's a senior and one of the best kicking names in high school football.
Best names, I mean,
best names.
Period.
And here we go.
And it's going to be taken by, is that Bell? Yep, that's number 24 on the return. And that's Tymar DeShields.
Yeah, and DeShields starting off nice, putting the Laurel Bulldogs in good field position. Nothing like Friday Night Lights and high school football.
In Western Sussex County.
Western Sussex County. It's really an awesome environment here, and everyone's excited to play.
So 1st and 10 for the Laurel Bulldogs after this play. We'll give you their starting unit. Shockley goes under center, double wing. 2 receivers split wide either side. Motion goes away. And it's going to be knocked down. That's number 15, Kareem Johnson, and he takes it to the house, Scott. Bam, right away the defense scores.
Kareem Johnson doing what he does. Knocked it down, picked it up full speed into the end zone, and Laurel is a little bit shocked. This home crowd loves it, Benny. They're on their feet cheering.
Yes, they are. Well, we said maybe a super special teams play, but it's a defensive teams play to start the game off.
This is exactly what they needed. He looked like he looked like he knew the playbook. He was in the backfield before it happened.
Pitch was intended for number 7, Shakai Parker, and batted down by Cameron Johnson. He runs it back for a touchdown. Blue Raiders are going to go for 2. Tracy Johnson in the Wildcat. And he's in, and the Woodbridge Blue Raiders jump right out to an 8-0 lead.
Wow, what a start for the Woodbridge Raiders. And that young man did 2 perfect drills that every high school football player in America, you bat it, they do that a million times, and then they do the one where they throw it on the ground. You got to pick it up and run and score. So that's like a dream come true to start the game for Coach Dooley here. He's got to be excited.
Well, he gave a big old fist pump when it happened, so.
So here we go, Codden Collins again.
Getting his second kick, just
getting
what, 15 seconds?
Kick in 15 seconds. He says he's ready, though. He's going to boot it down. I will say this about Laurel. They're not going to get shook by that.
No.
It's not a great way to start the game, but Laurel's been here before, and they won back-to-back state titles, so they're going to be fine.
So here we go. Kicking it again is Collins. And he kicks this, and it's going to go to.
Wow, big hit.
Again, this time to number 21, Khalid Bird, and just hit hard after about 2 steps. So we're not even 15 seconds into the game, Scott.
Yeah, and that's a giant hit by King.
And we got a defensive
Pete.
touchdown and a huge hit to get the crowd going.
I mean, Woodbridge has got it going on right now. Laurel's going to have to stop the bleeding a little bit here. They need a nice 7-minute drive. Lull everybody to sleep.
Right,
That's what they need.
Shockley goes under center motion. And it's going to be a keeper by Shockley. And he's headed right away, lifted up and taken to the ground by Johnson. This set the Bulldogs offense. At the tackles, Owen Chafinish and Brandon Rife. At the guards, William Mitchell and Joseph Boehner. The center, Ryan Jones. The quarterback, Kobe Shockley. The running backs, Patrick Bell, Royce Scotton, and Xavier Limehouse. And the wide receivers, Isaiah Miller and Micah Niblett, will give you the Woodbridge defense on the other side. 2nd and 11 here for Laurel. Right now, it is all Woodbridge here in the first minute of the game.
And I got to say, I don't know if Tracy Johnson wrestles or not, but that was a perfect 2-point takedown. Beautiful tackle.
Right,
Textbook.
may got a slam, but we'll take it. This time it's going to be Bell off the right side, steps through a tackle. He's going to pick up some positive yardage. So let's set the Woodbridge defense. At the ends, Logan Morin and Markel Clark. The tackles, C.J. Collins and Cameron Johnson. The linebackers, Tracy Johnson, King Peden, Quincy Risper, and Sam Schroeder. The cornerbacks are Jakar Banks and Malachi Hayes. And the safety, Emmanuel Miles Martin. Brings up 3rd down and about 5. Pick up a 6 for Bell.
Yeah, King Peden in on his 2nd tackle. He had the big hit on the kickoff return and just brought Bell down for a 2nd tackle early in the night.
3rd and 5 for Laurel. Motion goes away, and it looks like a little counterplay here with Xavier Limehouse, and he just puts his head down and picks up big-time yards to get a 1st down and get the ball out to near midfield.
Yeah, Limehouse is that guy. He's who you want to give the ball to in unsettled situations. He'll get positive yards. He'll get a churn. He made a really nice move. He almost got tackled in the backfield, but he made a nice lateral move. And the one thing I always love about Xavier Limehouse, he gets north and south.
Yep. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ball at their own 48-yard line. Double wing formation. Niblett goes to motion. It looks, I think there was a bad snap exchange maybe. Woodbridge says they got it.
Yeah, Woodbridge is saying they
and
have
they
it.
do. That's the
Number 5.
2nd turnover of the night.
And that's number 5, Quincy Risper.
So Laurel gets a positive drive, and right away, 2nd fumble of the game. That one was an exchange between the quarterback and.
We've seen him have a little bit of trouble with that. And really what the doctor ordered was a nice long drive for Laurel. The last thing they wanted is a turnover. And for Woodbridge, everything's going right here tonight so far. This is exactly what we talked about in the pregame that they needed to do, and so far they're doing it.
8-0, and it's their first chance to see the Woodbridge offense. We'll get the lineup here in a minute. Ball 1st and 10 in plus territory. Plummer takes the snap, looks to his right, throws out to number 7, Samuel Schroeder, and he's going to pick up a couple. Let's set this Woodbridge offense. The tackles, Derek Jones and Jacob Polk. The guards, T.J. Collins and Jacob Hanley. The center, Jacob Bollinger. The quarterback, Zach Plummer. Halfback, Tracy Johnson. The fullback, Quincy Risper. The wingbacks are Sam Schroeder and Jack Banks, and the wide receiver, Darrell Smith. And we'll get the Laurel defense after this play. 2nd and 8 here for Woodbridge. They lead 8-0 first quarter.
Also wide receiver Darrell Smith.
Shotgun formation with a running back on either side. Schroeder goes in motion, and it's going to be up the middle to Risper. Risper darts through the line. I think he's got enough for a Woodbridge 1st down. Let's set that Laurel defense. At the ends, Patrick Bell and Kayshawn Copes. The tackles are Owen Chaffinch and Joseph Baynard. The linebackers, Asante Laughlin, Xavier Limehouse, Royce Scotton, and Tymir DeShields. The free safety is Elijah Niblett, and the cornerbacks are Khalid Burton and Shakai Parker.
Yeah, and Quincy Risper on that last run, really, really great vision. He's got his head up. He's scanning the field. He made one football move, and then he was off to the races and made them make the play on him.
Back to the pistol formation. Toss to Johnson, trying to go around the left side. Cuts it back to the right. Dances in the hole, and he's going to pick up about 2 or 3 on the play. And big tackle by number 5, Keyshawn Copes.
Yeah, that's one of the places Johnson's really dangerous because he can get out there and kind of hide behind the offensive tackles and just slip for 2 or 3 yards. Really, he should have been tackled for a loss there, but that's a case of making a little bit out of nothing.
And gain of maybe 1 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 9. Plummer bringing the play in from the sidelines.
Yeah, Laurel D with their hands on their hips already.
Mm-hmm. Kind of a little shell shock here to start this game.
I mean, you might see Woodbridge go for the end zone right here and try and put a dagger in them early.
Plummer takes the shotgun snap, drops back, rolls to his right, and under pressure and going to be, no, the ball's going to be fumbled out of bounds. And that's going to take a big loss on the play, loss of about 11. Loss of about 14.
He was looking end zone. He had Banks open, but he just couldn't get it to him. Too much pressure from the Laurel defensive lineman. But he had the play. They dialed up the right play. They were in the position. They just couldn't convert on it.
49-yard line. Third down and long for the Raiders.
Yeah, and third and long is not where this Woodbridge offense really wants to be. They can throw if they have to, but they're not primarily a throwing offense. They're relying on Risper and Johnson to chew up big yards.
For your entertainment this evening.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 21 for the Blue Raiders. Not designed for 3rd and 21.
Now, and we always say on 3rd and 21, you don't call a play, you call a player's name. Try and get them the ball.
Laurel showing blitz, and they bring it. Plummer's forced out of the pocket, rolls to the right. That
Strip
ball
sack.
is stripped. And still waiting for a signal from the officials. Laurel football.
Yeah, that was a strip sack from behind by number 32 of Laurel. That's Quinn McDormand chased down the quarterback from behind. And you saw
the 49-yard line.
You saw the quarterback pull it back like he wasn't sure if he was going to throw it or tuck it, and right in that split second, Dorman pounced. I mean, to me, that's a huge momentum play, Benny, because you did not want Woodbridge scoring that second touchdown.
1st and 10 for Laurel. Hand off to Bell, and he's going to put his head down and pick up about 4 on the play. And it's going to bring up 2nd down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, one of the things we really like about Bell, he's always falling forward and getting positive yards forward. You really never see him get stood up and pushed back. You know, seemingly nothing out of that play. He's picked up 5 yards. That's how you can average 7 yards a carry because you're running the ball in that manner.
Gain of 4 on first down, brings up 2nd down and 6.
2nd down and 6 for the Bulldogs at the Woodbridge 45. Shockley under center, double wing formation. And again, another bad exchange between, and it's underneath the Woodbridge player.
Has the ball.
And Woodbridge is going to get it again. Tracy Johnson on the recovery.
Covered by the Raiders.
Yeah, that's 2 bad snaps.
Blue Raiders first down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a case of a little bit of nerves going on or what, because there's no difference in the personnel for the whole season. See, Coach Jones has a few suggestions for the team over there.
Right, I think does the center play both ways?
Yeah, he does.
So you can't get some practice snaps. So 1st and 10 for Woodbridge.
Yeah, that's
ball at their own 45.
Joseph Boehner.
Schroeder goes in motion, and it's going to be Tracy Johnson for the first time tonight, and he puts his head down and picks up 4 or 5.
That's Boehner on the tackle, coming right back with a big tackle from his defensive lineman position. You know, we've talked a lot about him in the games we've done. Really excellent athlete, good wrestler, two-way football player. It's only a sophomore, right?
Right.
We expect some big things out of him.
Pick up a gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6 for Woodbridge.
Second down and 5 for the Raiders.
It's going to be Johnson again, dances through the hole, and it picks up another Woodbridge first down.
Johnson banging around in there with the big boys.
45-yard line.
Not afraid to pick up the hard yards between the tackles.
That's enough for a Raiders first down.
So first down for the Blue Raiders. So head coach Marvin Dooley sending the play in with his quarterback.
Yeah, we've talked
Actually,
a lot.
That's not Marvin, that's his assistant.
Yeah. We've talked a lot about Coach Dooley and his athletic career. Quite the story, Delaware sports career.
Pitcher with the Pittsburgh Pirates organization for a few years.
State champion wrestler.
Yeah. All-state football player.
His son winning the state title was pretty awesome, too. We were on the call.
That was a big old bear hug.
Yeah, it was.
It's going to be Risper left side, and just can't get away from the Woodbridge tacklers. Loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 9.
Risper just runs hard. You know, sometimes you see running backs that don't appear to be hitting the hole with bad intentions, but Risper hits everything hard. I mean, he planted his foot, and he ran into 2 Laurel Bulldogs, but he gave everything he had on that run.
2nd and 11 for Woodbridge. Ball at the Laurel 46. Turnovers, the story early in this game, 4 between the two teams already. And it's going to be a handoff to Johnson. Plants the foot, cuts it up, and he is just met by the entire front line of Laurel. No gain on the play.
Yeah, you got Baynard in there. You got the stout offensive line. You got 72. We call his name all the time, Owen Chaffich. Two-way All-State player.
3rd and 11 for Woodbridge. So our only score in this game is a defensive score.
Really a beautiful play. I mean, he batted the ball, scooped it perfectly, a scoop 6.
And just ran away. Schroeder goes in motion to the far side. Laurel bringing the heat. Rolls out and nobody there.
Nobody home. Almost hit a reporter in the head that's writing notes. That'll bring up 4th down.
4th and 11. I would think Woodbridge will bring on the punt team.
We're going to see the first punt for tonight. Everything else was turnovers.
So let's see who comes in the punt. Looks like it's going to be number 2, Banks. And back deep are.
I'll tell you what, with Banks, you could have the potential for a fake on every single play.
Yeah, it's 22 Limehouse, and I believe that's 2 Niblett.
Yep, number 2 Niblett.
Nice punt, nice high punt. Down around the 5 is going to be taken by Niblett. Niblett makes a move and gets it out to about the 18, where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. So the Laurel Bulldogs, they got to get something going here early in this game.
Yeah, good tackle by number 11. He really saved some good yardage because Niblett had the whole sideline there. That's Zachary Plummer, quarterback.
It'll be 1st and 10 from there.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 18-yard line. Their 3rd possession of the game.
You don't see a lot of quarterbacks covering punts in the NFL,
right.
But here in AA, we do double time.
3:45 to play here in the first quarter. 8-0 lead for the Blue Raiders.
And I just wanted to say, Benny, that it wasn't confirmed or denied that Taylor Swift would be at this game.
If she is, we'll let you know.
I sent an IG message to her people, and they neither confirmed nor denied it. So
it's going to be Niblett on the carry. Gets pickups about 3 on the play. That's going to bring up a 2nd down.
8. 2nd down and 7 for the Bulldogs.
Hey, the energy for Woodbridge has been really good tonight.
Yeah, and everything. Crowd, band, everybody. Homecoming here in Greenwood.
You almost feel like Laurel's just got to weather this storm and then just slowly start grinding.
2nd and call it 7 for the Bulldogs. And Shopke drops back, throws, has a man breaking open, incomplete, broken up by number 12, King Peden.
Yeah, King Peden's having a heck of a game. Couple of big hits already, and beautiful defensive play there. The ball was thrown well. Really good route, and Peden was just there for the Blue Raiders. Break it up.
Under 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Laurel facing a 3rd and 7. We're talking to, we did our picks last night, and we said whatever team could have success throwing the ball could win this game. That's going to be a reverse. Ball's on the ground again. And it's picked
it up. 15.
That's Johnson again. Touchdown, Woodbridge. Their 2nd defensive touchdown of the game.
That's Cameron Johnson. Wow. Cameron Johnson, Johnny on the spot, picking that ball up.
4 fumbles.
And that was a problem on the handoff. It looked like he got miscommunication on the handoff, and Cameron Johnson just in the right place at the right time. Holy cow.
Tracy Johnson in the Wildcat for the 2-point conversion. Tries to get to the corner. He does. Woodbridge takes a 16-0 lead. Folks, we're going to be back after this commercial timeout. Your score with 2:44 to play in the first quarter. Woodbridge 16, Laurel 0.
In life, some things just go together. Like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Juwan Johnson and find out how you could start saving today. It's just another way we're here to help life go right.
Man, welcome back. Looks like a night of field goals everywhere else. Sussex Central leads Appo 3-0, and Cape leading St. Mark's 3-0. And update that, Cape now leading 9-0.
Well, we don't have any field goals here tonight.
No.
We got 2 scoop sixes. That turned into 8s.
Right. And eventually 16s.
And eventually 16s.
So, Collins to kick it off again.
Cotton Collins having a full night's work.
Yeah, just in the first quarter.
And there's 2:47 left, Cotton.
And going to be bounced around the 20, picked up by number 21, Khalid Burton. And he's trying to get to his blockers and going to be stopped at about the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 for Woodbridge. Series number 5 of the first quarter. And Scott, they just cannot get things going right now.
It's not firing on all cylinders.
No.
Let's put it that way. But again, we've seen Laurel a lot, and I think they're going to right the ship here, and they need to just calm down a little bit, rely on their guys. You know, this is a great situation. You know, get it to Patrick Bell, get it to Limehouse,
23-yard line.
put together a nice drive, and, you know, settle the troops a little bit. They're a little shell-shocked right now. We haven't seen this a whole lot. We saw them get down to Central, and then they battled back, but this is a whole nother kettle of fish here.
Scotton comes into the backfield for Laurel. And it's going to be a little screen pass to, we'll see who that is. He's got a first down now. That may have been Xavier Limehouse. So Xavier Limehouse gets the first down.
And I like that. I think that's what you do. You get the ball in space to your playmakers and let them make plays out on the sideline. And put the pressure on Woodbridge as a defense and let them make plays. The turnovers aren't, they're indefensible, those turnovers.
1st and 10 from the 35 for the Bulldogs. Next week, folks, we'll have 2 games. We'll talk about that at halftime.
Wow, doubleheader.
Doubleheader, yeah. That's going to be up the middle. I think that's Scotton.
Yeah. And they're happy to have Scotton back. They were talking about before the game. Right. You know, they missed him. And we were at the game. I think he sprained his ankle.
Sprained his ankle in week 2. Did not play against Caesar Rodney or Caraval. And then got the bye week at the right time. Gave him another week to heal up. And now he's out there playing linebacker and giving Bell a little breather on the running back responsibilities. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and he's really a big part of the scheme on defense as a linebacker. And I know he was calling the plays in the second game. So, you know, missing him is definitely a big problem.
Woodbridge is putting 8 in the box, Scott. They're saying, go ahead, throw it. That's going to be a procedure. Niblett moved forward after his. I think that's our first penalty of the game, isn't it?
Yep.
So, illegal procedure, illegal shift by Laurel. They decline it, and it's going to bring up 2nd down. Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that's the right decision. They're going to call timeout. Good timeout by Coach Jones. He's got to
get the troops together, folks. We're going to take a commercial timeout with him. Your score, Woodbridge 16, Laurel 0.
Congratulations, Dover Federal, on 60 years in business in Delaware.
You've been by our side since our doors opened.
Thank you so much for giving me a call on so many years ago when I had no credit.
You helped our business grow into what it is today.
As a military family, thank you for supporting the financial needs of servicemen and their loved ones.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
And welcome back to Greenwood. Scott, I thought the cheerleaders were awful loud tonight. I looked down during the commercial timeout, and there must be 50 of them down there. They got the youth cheerleaders. And
thank you from Woodbridge
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. There's quite a few of them. I'd say there's about, what, 40?
It's a lot.
Yeah. And they know their cheers.
I believe it was
So coming off the Laurel timeout, Coach Jones just has to slow things down, and they're facing a 3rd and 10.
I mean, you hate to punt it back to them with 1:18 left in the first quarter.
Football Boosters thanks them for their
Motion comes with Limehouse. Toss to Limehouse coming around the left end. Nice job of Johnson stretching that out. And
Beautiful
he's
play.
going to pick up maybe a yard or two on the play and go out of bounds.
Johnson could not have played that any better. Stretched it out and waited for help. I mean, that's how you draw it up.
Marvin Dooley raises both hands in the air, so he's excited about what his troops are bringing right now.
The running back there is number 8, Jaden Cannon Thompson.
I mean, Woodbridge could not be playing any better than they're playing now.
Fourth down and about
Actually, first quarter, the defense has been giving the offense a break. 4th and 8 for Laurel. Looks like Pat Bell will punt it away. And kicks an end over end and muffed, but recovered by number 6.
Dangerous play.
Malachi Hayes, the sophomore.
Those end over end ones are tough to make plays on.
Fumble recovered by number 6, Malachi Hayes.
So Woodbridge offense comes back on the field with 1:05 to play in just the first quarter. They lead 16-0, and Scott, they've kind of really had the night off so far.
They really have. I mean, they have.
I think they've got one, maybe 2 first downs.
Yeah, they have 16 points and
all defense,
and then 2 Johnson runs for extra points. So we'll see what they got dialed up here right now. And this is their power formation.
Motion, Collins takes a snap, hands off to Johnson. Johnson hit at the line of scrimmage, pushes forward for about a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I mean, they go a wing, 2 guys in the backfield, shotgun, and motion, and then they all run to the same, they're all right up the gut. So, I mean, that's straight up smash mouth power football. I mean, there's not much deception there.
No, not at all.
We're coming at you.
So give him a gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7. 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And a lot of times, you talk about a team is the underdog, and you want your offense just to keep the ball away from Woodbridge. But that's not the case here. The defense has just been taking it away from Laurel. And it's going to be a handoff. Ooh, Harrisper hit right away.
Yeah,
by 58, Joseph
Baynard. He's been on quite a few tackles already.
Run there, number 5.
And Woodbridge is going to let the quarter run out. During this commercial time break out, Laurel 16. Woodbridge 16, Laurel 0, folks. We'll be right back with 2nd quarter action.
I would always pass by Ferris on Kirkwood Highway, so I knew that they existed. We stopped in the showroom. We just clicked, from day one. They did a total kitchen renovation for us. Ferris was so organized. They were on top of everything from day one. Always here when they said they would be, always on time, kept to the schedule. The level of comfort speaking to everyone that works at Ferris, they were just super friendly, easy to talk to. It was like they were friends, not, people coming to work on our kitchen. The room is totally transformed from what it used to look like. To have all this seating now and the big table, the bench seats, it's great. I love coming home and just walking through the laundry room into the kitchen every day. It was just a great experience. We love Ferris.
And welcome back to Woodbridge High School. Woodbridge with the ball, 3rd and 6. They lead 16-0. All scores have come off the defense.
Yeah, and you got to think Coach Jones at in between quarters is like, you know what, forget the first quarter.
Right.
Let's let it go. Let's play the 2nd quarter. Let's just win this quarter. And Coach Dooley's got to be saying the opposite. Say, hey, we're steamrolling them right now. Let's just keep it going. Let's tack on a couple more before half.
Here we go, 3rd down play. Start the 2nd quarter, 3rd and 6. Plummer in the pistol with an up back. Schroeder goes in motion. And it's going to be a little pass out there, and that's going to be batted down by number 5, Keyshawn Cobes, his second big play of the game here, and somebody's helmet goes rolling off.
Keyshawn Cobes having a nice little game, and he looks like a prototypical defensive end. I mean, he looks like he could rush the edge. He's long. He gets his hands up, gets in the passing lanes. So, I mean, that's really everything you want to see out of a young DN.
So that must have been a backwards pass, Scott, because the clock is still running. So it's going to be a 4th and 14.
It implies that. It
right.
doesn't necessarily.
On the punt is Banks. Back deep is Niblett and Limehouse. Second quarter action here in Greenwood. The old Henlopen South, now District 3 in Class AA. And you throw in a Sussex Tech from the Henlopen North and Milford.
It might take me a few years to get the hang of these.
And they change them every 2 years.
Yeah. Which is how long it takes me.
Oh, God, with a high punt. And it's going to land at about the 39, go out of bounds, where it's going to be Laurel's ball, 1st and 10.
Yeah, I feel like Laurel just played that one safe. Stay away from it, but if it takes a Woodbridge bounce, be ready to hop on it.
So the ball is going to be at the 40. 10:58 to play here in the first half. Joey Jones giving his quarterback, Kobe Shockley, the play. The one punt exchange, Scott, I was watching that. Shockley couldn't get to it because number 15, Johnson, had fallen on it. It was laying on the ball, and Tracy Johnson crawled up in there and got the ball.
I'll tell you what, man. That's a quarter that Laurel wants to quickly forget.
And we're going to have another penalty on Laurel. Actually, the first of the game that's been taken. As somebody jumped on the left-hand side. That's going to bring up a 1st and 15, and just Joey Jones has to be racking his brain right now.
Yeah, this is not the Laurel we're used to seeing.
I mean, if it could go wrong, it's gone wrong so far tonight.
I will say that young man did fire off the ball good. I mean, he didn't quite have the count, but
No.
as a coach, you're always like, hey, man, you fired off the ball. I mean, I can't get too upset.
1st and 15 for Laurel. Bulldogs are 2-2 on the season. Tonight is opening night in district play in Class AA. Woodbridge shifts, and that's going to be Bell. And Schroeder's going to jump on his back for about a 5-yard ride. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. So looks like Marvin Dooley, with the week off, or 2 weeks to prepare, has really prepared with this defense. You see them shifting and getting into the gaps and firing off there on the front defensive line.
Yeah, and he's been here a couple – was it third year?
Third year here.
Yeah, so, I mean, you start to get a feel for your personnel and what's possible and what you could do, and those bye weeks really start to give you a big advantage.
And it's going to be Limehouse on the reverse. And he's taken down in the backfield. Loss of 2. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 12.
Malachi Hayes on that tackle.
They got a loss of 1. 3rd and 11. Now they move it back up to careers-long battle with the down marker guy. It's now 3rd and 10. No gain on the play.
As long as they get it right eventually, right? As long as we don't see Angel Hernandez out here trying to make plays, or make calls.
And this time it's going to be a little counter with Limehouse, and Limehouse pushes forward for about a gain of 4. But that's going to bring up a 4th and 6.
Sam Schroeder again on the tackle, number 7. 2 in a row.
Woodbridge has quite a few guys going both ways tonight. So it looks like Laurel will punt it away as Bell goes back. Back deep is the dangerous Jakar Banks, standing about his own 30-yard line.
That'd be something if he broke one right now, boy.
That might be an early nail.
Yeah.
Floater right
I'd say Bell kicked it
at
away
about the
from him.
30. And it's going to be down by Laurel. 1st and 10 for Woodbridge with 8:52 to play here in the first half. They're going to have the ball at their own 33-yard line. And really, Scott, neither team's offense has done much here tonight.
Yeah, I was just thinking I'd like to see him get the ball to Banks here and see what he could do and get him the ball in space.
Homecoming here at Woodbridge High School. The freshman class won the float competition.
It sounds like it's going to be a problem on Monday.
Right.
Young upstarts.
And the Blue Raiders break the huddle. Pistol formation with an up back. Split wide to the far side. And as Plummer takes the snap, pitches out to Johnson. He's wrapped up right away.
That's Keyshawn Copes again, Benny.
Right. Yeah,
he's
Keyshawn
having
Copes.
himself a night.
That's his third tackle for a loss tonight.
Lost about 5 on the play.
Yeah, it's a second quarter, and that's already a good week.
Right. 2nd and 15 for the Blue Raiders. Score here is 16-0, 8:20 and counting in the first half.
Yeah, Keyshawn Copes, a junior.
I can imagine
the stats.
Halftime is not going to be pleasurable in the Laurel locker room.
Yeah, the sideline looks morose right now.
Now you're going to cause me to Google that word. Risper goes in motion to the right. And a little bubble screen to your guy, Banks.
Oh, good block.
And Banks goes out of bounds after a gain. That was a nice kind of a screen on that block, Scott. He didn't push in the back. He allowed, Limehouse to back right into him on the.
Yeah, that was 13, Darryl Smith on the heads-up play because, hey, he leans into that. That's a flag.
Pickup of 6 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 9.
He just played it just right. I mean, we talked about that, but Woodbridge has been behind the sticks all game on offense.
Right.
They really
neither
have.
offense has. I think Woodbridge has 2 first downs, and Laurel has 1 or 2 first downs.
But they've been playing behind the sticks the whole time.
As well, yeah.
3rd and long, tons.
And Woodbridge is going to take a timeout. And, folks, we're going to take one with them. Your score here was 7:46 to play in the first half. Woodbridge 16, Laurel 0.
First State Orthopedic statewide has 29 physicians at 16 locations. Our physicians and staff provide both non-surgical as well as surgical treatment for almost all orthopedic conditions and injuries. We are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physician and orthopedic consultant for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to the local emergency departments as well as medical aid units and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Call for an appointment today or visit us at firststateortho.com.
And welcome back. Coming out of the timeout, 3rd and 1. Or excuse me, 3rd and 9 for Woodbridge. Here comes the blitz. Toss out to Johnson.
He's going to throw it.
And he's going to pass it. It's going to wobble down about 45. And
I guess that is what they needed a timeout for.
Right.
To go over that.
Get that set up.
Coach, you want me to what?
4th and 9.
I got to say, these Pop Warner cheerleaders are
and loud.
They are good. I mean, they are on it, on the beat. They're a secret weapon.
4th and 9. Banks will punt it away. So Banks punts them away, and Banks hauls them in when they punt. All around offense, defense, special teams for an only sophomore. 7:42 to play here.
I thought
first half.
he was going to break that deep double reverse.
Oh, low snap. He gets it off end over end. Got to bounce about the 45. Limehouse looked at it and took a step back.
Yeah, smart move.
Right.
Nothing good's coming out of that.
And it's going to be down at about the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for Laurel. So, Scott, I think if you're Joey Jones right now, you want to get something done on this possession.
We're taking the and going at half.
Right. Well, you got a lot of time.
You got a lot of time. I keep saying it though. I'm not, as a Laurel Bulldog fan. I don't think it's time to panic just yet.
No. 2-score game, 2.5 quarters to play. Shockley brings the play in from the sidelines.
And for Woodbridge, you got to think everything's going right for them, except they can't get their offense going.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 38. They've only been across the 51 times tonight. And we're going to get motion on maybe Baynard.
Yeah, the right side jumped. Yeah, they want to talk about it. They got 4 refs pointing at Laurel, so I'm thinking it's on Laurel.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah.
That's still discussing it out.
I thought the right side of the line jumped for Laurel. So.
And that's what they're going to call. Illegal procedure on the Bulldogs. So that's their second series, Scott, talking, starting at 1st and 15.
Yeah, and they've been playing behind the sticks, too.
Starting off on, I mean.
Yeah, and really on that one, they didn't come off the ball hard. It was almost like they weren't sure what the count was. Usually if you blast off at the wrong count, you had no idea what the count was. But on that one, it seemed like, half the line moved, so maybe they all heard one thing. Center heard another. 1st down and 15 for Laurel. Limehouse goes in motion. And, right off the fingertips of Niblett. And that's the pass we've seen Shockley throw this year successfully. Yeah, Shockley's been making a living off that. And to be honest, that snap was a little herky-jerky too. I thought everybody got off the ball late on that one. So I think they're having problems with their snap count. 2nd and 15.
Making it 2nd and 15.
Sometimes the nerves will get to you at the most simplest, basic of things.
So they go to a shotgun formation with Shockley with Bell to his left. And a handoff to Bell, puts the head down. He was hit hard by Risper. He's going to pick up about 5 on the play, make it 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Risper's having a great game on both sides of the ball. And you got to think the Woodbridge defensive line's got to be winning the battle down there.
Yeah.
Which we haven't seen. Even against Sussex Central, Laurel's offensive line got the best of Sussex Central. So this is something we haven't seen yet.
3rd and 9 for the Bulldogs. In the shotgun. Bell to the left. 2-by-2 on the edges. And another handoff to Bell. Got some running room on the right side, and he's got the 1st down. Ball loose on the ground.
Yeah, and 17, Ryan Scott put his nose right in there.
And it's going to be Laurel's ball.
Yeah,
so 1st down for Laurel.
He put his helmet right on the ball and dislodged it.
I think that might be their 3rd of the game.
Ball was fumbled by the Bulldogs, who recovered.
Yeah, that was just a textbook tackle by Ryan Scott. Put your face
1st down
right on
at
the ball.
50. So Laurel looking to get in plus territory for another 2nd time tonight. Same formation, 2-by-2 on the edges. Shockley in the shotgun with Bell to his left. And gives it to Bell again. Bell just puts his head down and drives.
Nothing there.
Damn, looking. Maybe a yard on the play.
Stalemate there at midfield.
Yeah, 68 on the tackle. That's Jacob Polka, Jr. for Woodbridge.
1 there on 1st down.
2nd and 9 for Laurel. And Bell going to the sideline. Roy Scott is going to check in. It might be an equipment problem. He seems to be trying to adjust his shoulder pads. I saw as he goes off, Coach Jones was telling me you have to get down on the ground in that situation so they don't strip it away. And it's going to be speed sweep, but Johnson blows it up in the backfield, and that's going to be a loss on the play.
Johnson not fooled at all by that. Number 5, Quincy Risper on that play also.
Loss of, call it 4, 3rd and 14.
I mean, maybe the big story of this game is the way the Woodbridge defense has been playing.
Right. Well, obviously you're seeing from the shifting on the motion that they studied film the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, they just seem like they're a step ahead of what Laurel's trying to do right now. They're just in the right place at the right time.
I mean, Laurel's even tried to come with some misdirection with some counters and a reverse, and Woodbridge is right there.
And Woodbridge's got 4 down linemen.
3rd and 14 for Laurel. And we're going to have another flag on the play.
Yeah, illegal procedure on Laurel.
So that's going to make it a 3rd and 19. Joey Jones has to be the most confused person in the room in the stadium right now.
Yeah, you hate when that happens. Yeah, I've been watching the Woodbridge defensive line. They're doing an excellent job. They're in 4-point stance, and they're just clogging up the middle. And they have a couple of undersized guys, I'd say, for a defensive lineman, but they're winning it on speed and scheme right now.
3rd and 19. Approaching 4 minutes to play in the first half. And it's going to be Shockley on the keeper, and there's just nothing there.
Yeah, that's 15 on the tackle, and
Risper.
15 is Cameron Johnson. Johnson and Risper again.
Well, also 2 on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th and 21. And again, there was some misdirection, Scott, and Woodbridge just not falling for it.
Yeah, Risper just staying home, stretching it out, standing them up, and waiting for help.
High snap, pulls it down, and gets it away a high end over end. And it's going to go out of bounds around the 39. Some updated scores. Middletown leads Smyrna 7-6. Sussex Central leads Appo 10-7. Cape Henlopen leads St. Mark's 16-7. St. George's ahead of Sally's 7-0. And Hodgson leads Cesar Rodney 14-0. Next week, AAA starts district play. We'll be down in Georgetown with Cape Henlopen and Sussex Central. Both of them leading right now.
Yeah, and watching some of how this game's unfolding, you got to think Bell has been trying to kick it away from Banks. If he's not, he's doing a really good job keeping it away from him. The last thing Laurel wants is a long special teams play right here.
Right. First down for Woodbridge. Plummer takes the shotgun snap, hands off to Risper. Risper hit at the line. Ball's on the ground. Keyshawn copes with the recovery.
They might call forward momentum.
Well, they're going to talk about it.
Forward progress.
While the clock runs.
Yeah, 2nd down.
Okay, so they're going to say whistle them dead.
Yeah.
So 2nd and a loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 11.
Yeah, so forward progress is stopped. They blow him dead. It was kind of simultaneous.
Right.
That, sometimes the running back kind of lets up as soon as he senses it. And then that's when you always get stripped.
2nd and 11 for Woodbridge. Pitch to Johnson. Johnson with some running room on the left side. Cuts it back in. Tackled by Scotton. Pickup of about 4 or 5 on the play.
All right.
3rd down.
Good block by number 7, Samuel Schroeder on the outside again.
And we're going to have a timeout, Laurel. But we'll stay right here with it.
Do you think he's going to try and think he's getting the ball back?
Yeah, I think he maybe is going to try to get the ball back here and try to punch one in before the half.
Or at least give Bell and Limehouse a chance to run one back.
I don't think either offense has penetrated the 40 yet. The opponent's 40.
It's been an anemic day of offense. It's been dominated by scoop sixes.
Right.
Which you never hear.
Right.
I mean, you never, that's like, kind of a rare thing to see that,
Dave Marlowe's probably not going to have to do a whole lot of addition at the half.
No. Fumble return, it really is the most amount of offense.
So Laurel with 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, might as well use them on the off chance you get it back.
2:27 to play here in the first half. They're down by 2 scores. Pistol with an up back and the slot to the right. Laurel showing blitz. Pitch out to number 33, Tyler Ely, and there's going to be a flag on the play.
That's in the holding area there.
Hold or maybe a face mask.
On number 33, Tyler Ely. There's a flag on the field.
And it's going to be against Woodbridge, so you're right, Scott, by the hold.
Holding at the point of attack. Most likely called high school penalty.
And Laurel's going to take another timeout. Scott, we're going to take this one with them.
Holding.
Your score, 16-0.
The Raiders, that penalty.
Woodbridge in the lead. We'll be right back.
Oh, hey. I didn't see you there.
Cut. Dude, what was that?
Was that too much? Here at Grandpa Mac, we have something for everyone. Signature pasta dishes, or you can custom create them to order. We serve soups, salads, sandwiches, craft beer, and wine. Grandpa Mac's been serving comfort food here in Southern Delaware for the last 3 years, making over 100 pounds of fresh pasta daily. We have a family-friendly environment and are open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. And remember, come follow the noodle to Grandpa Mac.
Welcome back to Greenwood. Woodbridge on a 4th and 12 to punt it away. Public address announcer said that was Laurel's last time out. I have him for one more.
Yeah, we're going to give them one more if they need it.
2:20 to play here. Check here, Banks back to punt it away.
And Banks has handled some really bad snaps. He's pretty nifty on his feet. He gets to the ball and gets it away quick. I've been real impressed with his punting.
And we're going to have Woodbridge moving too soon.
You don't see a lot of punter and punt returner
combos. Somebody's getting ready to go down and cover.
That's a rare combo.
So 4th and 17.
False start against the Raiders. Back them up 5 yards on the punt.
And Banks will try it again. High snap goes over his head. Oh, but he's going to break away. And we're going to run out of bounds. I think he's going to be short of the first down.
And Woodbridge held off a block in the back, too, again. I mean.
Yeah, somebody shoved like number 20 from behind Santana Brown. Or that may have been Limehouse, one of the two.
High snap on that pump.
So it's going to be Laurel's ball, 1st and 10. Their best starting field position of the night from the Woodbridge 45.
And you never see punters run like that. I mean, that's maybe you do put your speedster at punter. Why not, right?
Sussex Central 17, Apo 7, St. George's and Sally's all knotted up at 7. Some crossover AAA games tonight. They get into district action next week. 1st and 10 for Laurel. 2:11 to play here in the first half from the Woodbridge 45. And it's going to be just not being fooled. Number 9 on the play, Markel Clark wraps up Shakai Parker almost before he got the ball, Scott.
Yeah, Markel Clark almost took that pitch. He's been studying film. I think the tackle on that side blocked down and he just filled the hole. They were thinking he was either going to over pursue and they were going to cut under him or missed assignment and someone was supposed to kick him out. But
loss of 7 on the play. 2nd and 17, now back at their own 48.
Yeah, but that tackle blocked down and doubled on 68.
It's going to be Parker again. This time he's got some running room. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Woodbridge stunted right into that play that time, but they just couldn't get outside fast enough. But they had the right scheme called. They just couldn't execute on it.
Give him a pickup of 8. It's going to be 3rd and 9.
Bulldogs advance the ball up to the.
It's much more reasonable.
Line, third
and 9.
3rd and 9 for the Bulldogs. Ball at the Woodbridge 44. They trail 16-0. And it's going to be a toss again to Parker, trying to get Parker outside. And he's going to get nothing on the play. 4th and 9 as we're under a minute, so Wonder if Jones just runs it down and takes a shot.
Yeah, number 7, Samuel Snyder, turned that play up. Let the rest of the Woodbridge defense that was pursuing make the play. He's got a look on his face like he wants to run the clock down.
Right. 4th and 9. Down to 25 seconds to play here. See if Shockley throws deep. And timeout. Woodbridge. Scott will stay right here with it.
Yeah, Coach Dooley rightfully wants a shot of the return. I mean, he's got some good returners. Might as well. I mean, they probably won't have time maybe for one play, but more likely they'll get a nice return.
4th and 9.
With 18.4 seconds left in the
So I don't know if Laurel's punting now or not. I don't know what they're doing.
are
Sometimes you see them try and draw them off, but that's not really going to matter in this case.
I have them for one more timeout, but the box has them for none, and they have. I think they're missing a timeout. I think they must have only not given them 3.
There's only one way to find out. You got to call
Let's see if Laurel calls a timeout.
Yeah.
Right? If the box is right, that's a penalty.
So I mean, what do you think Laurel's got to do at halftime? What kind of adjustments? You know.
We'll talk about that at the half because I got to think about what they're going to do. I mean, nothing. I mean, they've tried everything, Scott. It's just Woodbridge came into this game prepared.
They really are. I mean, their scheme is absolutely perfect. I mean, they're stunting and running into everything.
Shockley steps up. He's got a man on his back. He's going to have to run it now because he's past the line of scrimmage. And I don't think he got there.
Close. Yeah, 3-man rush.
And it's going to be a turnover on downs with 10 seconds to play.
Quarterback keeper there, he stopped.
My guess is Coach Dooley just takes a knee and takes his 16-0 homecoming lead in at the half.
Yeah, Quincy Risper, number 5, stretched that one out.
I think if he had cut it up and made the decision to run just a split second earlier, he probably would have got that first down. I think he just looked over and either felt or saw Risper.
Yeah, that's the kind of situation you got to make a guy miss an open field.
Yeah, it looks like Woodbridge is going to take a knee here.
Yeah, you don't want anything going wrong in this situation.
And that's what they do.
All right.
So, folks, as the clock runs down, and we're at the half. Your score at halftime. The Woodbridge Blue Raiders 16, the Laurel Bulldogs 0. Enjoy this week's top 5, top 10 plays of the week. And we'll be back late in the halftime with your Surf Bagel halftime stats.
I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
Couldn't be more excited about having our show here held at the Buffalo Wild Wings and Christiana location here on Route 7, brand new location. They moved here from Limestone Road, and it's going to be the new home of 302 Sports Week. I'm going to recap some local, college, and professional stuff. It's time for everybody's favorite part of the day, top 5 plays. Here we go. Stanley, your number 1 play from AI, 76-yard punt return. We got ourselves the quality cam here on the sideline. It's awesome to watch from this angle, to be honest with you. And watch, whoa! Going up. He went to 4-12. He left the first there at 4-4. I mean, those ups right there. You can't make this stuff up.
Looking to stay cool this summer?
At Barclay Heating and Air, we're dedicated to keeping your home comfortable year-round.
Family owned and operated, we provide trusted residential heating and cooling services to customers across central Delaware. Our experienced technicians offer reliable maintenance and repairs on all major brand HVAC systems. From air conditioners and ductless systems to heat pumps and furnaces, we also sell and install top quality units. No matter your needs, we're committed to getting the job done right with honest and timely service you can count on. Invested in our community, we're proud to help families in more ways than one, sponsoring and donating to many local programs and organizations throughout the area for dependable HVAC services. Give us a shout or a bark at Barclay Heating and Air.
I'm Chef Hari Cameron. At Grandpa Mac, pasta's our thing. We serve quality food fast that's not fast food. We make everything in-house and serve something for everyone. We're open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Follow the noodle to Grandpa Mac.
You've probably seen this a lot, but not all pest solutions come from a can. At Active Pest Solutions, we don't spray and pray. Professionalism and continuing education sets us apart.
We are Quality Pro certified, the mark of excellence in pest management.
And we have an associate certified entomologist on staff,
providing environmentally sound solutions to our customers.
Our proactive pest plan offers the best pledge guarantee in the industry. We do what others don't.
Active Pest Solutions. Call or visit us online today. It's active without the E.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
You may have tried physical therapy,
but have you tried Premier?
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Surf Bagel has served the community in Delaware for over 20 years, providing fresh, hot bagels, breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, wraps, salads, local coffee and smoothies, and our iconic merch.
Welcome to Surf Bagel. We're stoked to serve you.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
High Five Hospitality.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining the band this evening are alumni who have come home for homecoming. These Woodbridge graduates and district employees are representing the classes of 1988 to the class of 2023. They will be joining the band on the field tonight for the Neil Diamond Classic, Sweet Caroline. Welcome home, alumni, and happy homecoming, everyone. Again, let's hear for the Woodbridge Marching Band, including the alumni and employees. All that, there's still 10 minutes on the clock if you'd like to make your way down to the concession stand to get a treat, candy, chips.
Prevent unwanted house guests from invading your home. With cold weather coming, overwintering pests are headed inside. If you're not proactive, you could be left with a pest problem.
Expertise is needed to inspect, identify a problem, and offer environmentally sound solutions like Active Pest Solutions.
Prevention is the key to stopping cluster flies, stink bugs, crickets, and mice from entering your home. Protect your home with a proactive pest plan. Contact Active Pest Solutions, your local pest expert.
For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Prevent unwanted house guests from invading your home. With cold weather coming, overwintering pests are headed inside. If you're not proactive, you could be left with a pest problem.
Expertise is needed to inspect, identify a problem, and offer environmentally sound solutions like active pest solutions.
Prevention is the key to stopping cluster flies, stink bugs, crickets, and mice from entering your home. Protect your home with a proactive pest plan. Contact Active Pest Solutions, your local pest expert.
For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Prevent unwanted house guests from invading your home. With cold weather coming, overwintering pests are headed inside. If you're not proactive, you could be left with a pest problem.
Expertise is needed to inspect, identify a problem, and offer environmentally sound solutions like active pest solutions.
Prevention is the key to stopping cluster flies, stink bugs, crickets, and mice from entering your home. Protect your home with a proactive pest plan. Contact Active Pest Solutions, your local pest expert.
For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
And welcome into the Subtle Concepts halftime show, brought to you by Surf Bagel, breakfast and lunch, 4 locations now. Lewis, Midway, Milford,
and
Long Neck. So I suggest the Cape wrap, a very good chicken barbecue sandwich. So, Scott, let's go over the stats. And if you're looking for offense, you tuned into the wrong game tonight.
You got the wrong game, buddy.
Right. Laurel, total of 58 yards, 10 yards passing, 48 yards rushing, 3 first downs, 4 turnovers. Woodbridge, 23 total yards, 7 passing, 16 rushing, and again, 3 first downs for them and a turnover. Scott, Woodbridge, 16 points off turnovers. Let's get how the scoring happened. Woodbridge, a scoop and score by Johnson on the first play of the game, 13 seconds in, and Cameron Johnson runs it back 40 yards for a defensive touchdown, and then their main guy in the backfield, Tracy Johnson, carries in the 2-point conversion. And then 2:47 left to play in the first quarter. Johnson again, scoop and score for a 25-yard return. Makes it 16-0, and that's been all the scoring in this game. And Scott, I mean, we're talking about 71 yards of total offense.
When you have more turnovers and first downs, that's
Right.
not a good sign. But, on a good note, you want to talk about some of the individual efforts here. Leading rusher is Bell. He's got 6 carries for 33 yards. Statistically speaking, you got to expect him to go off in the second half. Limehouse has got 5 for 10, which is about a third of what he averaged. He averages 5 yards. So he's only averaging 2 yards here. And then Johnson for Woodbridge is 7 carries for 14 yards, which is kind of shocking to me too. So, I mean, this is not exactly what we thought was going to happen. Banks has 1 catch for 5 yards. Limehouse has the 1 catch for 10 yards. It was a swing pass out on the far sideline that he made the most of. Plummer's 2 for 4 with 7 yards. And Shockley's 1 for 3 with 10 yards, but he did have 2 drop passes. So you got to wonder what they're going to do. Are they going to come out throwing, or are they going to have some different plays they're going to run? And our analyst, Dave Marvel, said that, he said the same thing that we were saying, that they keep running to the same – Laurel keeps running into their motion, and Woodbridge keeps stunting and slanting right into it.
And a couple times they have tried to come back, there's nobody there to lead block. So, Scott, here's the glaring stat of the game. Between the two teams, there's 1 more first down than there is turnovers.
Yeah, and that
6 first downs between the two and 5 turnovers between the two.
Yeah, and you don't win playoff games that way.
No, you don't get to the playoffs that way. Those are your halftime stats brought to you by Surf Bagel. We're about 2.5 minutes left here in the half. Latest update scores we have from up north is Middletown 14, Smyrna 6, and Cape and Lopin leads St. Mark's 16-4 at the half. I said on the picks that is going to be probably a 1-score game when it's all said and done.
16-14 or 16-4?
16-14.
14, okay.
Cape in the lead.
Sounds like a good game.
Yeah, sounds like there was a field goal in there, so there must have been a missed extra point too. 2 field goals in that game.
Yeah, and both those teams are on the bubble as far as rankings go and as far as the 18 playoff goes. So, I mean, you're right. They're going to look back on that as a game that made or break their season. Yeah.
Not sure who St. Mark's has. They'll have a district game. Cape will be at Sussex Central, game we will carry next week. Thursday night, we're going to have Milford here at Woodbridge. And then Friday night, we'll have Cape and Lopin at Sussex Central in their district opener for both teams. Last we heard, Sussex Central was leading APA. That was a game I thought that was a dangerous game for Sussex Central. But they're up 17-7. Because you just don't let it, this year, Central rebuilding their offense, they're not putting a lot of points on the board, but they play keep away from you. But you can't let a team like Apo hang around if you're going to win a game by 1 score.
And Apo's had an up and down year, so I mean they could be dangerous at the wrong time for Sussex Central.
Right. So 45 seconds. Woodbridge already back on the field, and Laurel walking back on the field after a
robust halftime speech.
25-minute halftime. That probably made it worse.
They look a little.
Yeah,
they're walking kind of slow. They don't look too spiffy. So we'll see. We'll see how they respond to the adversity.
Well, I saw Joey Jones' wife at halftime. She's up top on the box helping video, and I looked at her and we're talking, and I said, well, Joey's a fighter. You know what I'd probably do at halftime? I'd probably just go home. I'm just too frustrated, but he's not. He's a fighter. He's going to bring this team out ready to play in the second half, as is Marvin Dooley. Woodbridge gets the ball to start the half, so Laurel just needs another defensive stand. They got to punch one in early, Scott, and let the home crowd know they're here.
Yeah, they need something good to happen. And, the one good thing I'd say if I was in the Laurel locker room, hey, man, everything went wrong.
Right.
Literally nothing went right. We're only down by 2 scores.
Right. Yeah, I had an all-star team one time. We were probably playing the worst we've ever played. And I brought them in like the 5th inning and said, look, we're playing the worst we've ever played, and we're only losing by 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we could play worse.
Right.
So, I mean, that's really what, all the penalties, jumping off sides.
I'm not sure Laurel's had 4 turnovers this year.
Yeah, 4 turnovers.
But let's face it, the first one, that was forced. I mean, it was a forced fumble because he snacked the ball. He read the play, smacked it down, got a great bounce, and then took off for a 40-yard touchdown run. It's been all so far Cameron Johnson so far, the junior, doing all the scoring.
And he tipped that, and we talked about that at the time. Like that tip drill,
right.
10,000 times you run that when you're in high school.
Right.
Hardly ever see it work.
And, of course, neither offense is even threatened in this game. They haven't penetrated the opponent's 40.
Yeah, and the second one was like a perfect bounce. It hit the ground
and
he got
it.
It bounced right into his arm. He was in the right place at the right time.
Woodbridge is getting great penetration on that defensive line. They're winning the battle up front right now.
And that's got to be the story of the game is the Woodbridge defensive line. You know, I couldn't really figure out what was going on, so I started watching their defensive line. And they're right. They're in the right place at the right time. They're in a 4-point stance. They're stunting to the motion side, and they're just clogging everything up.
Right. I had a coach in high school who used to tell us that a team that can get a defensive score or a special team score improves their chance of winning. Well, they've got 2 of them here.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens and what kind of adjustments were made at halftime. You know, I'd like to see maybe, you know, some other kind of, you know, straight ahead runs from Laurel,
right.
or maybe get to the passing game. You know, we do like their passing game.
Right. Well, he had that one, I call it like a pop pass to his wing back. It just got dropped. And it was wide open, nobody around.
And Elijah Niblett's been dangerous coming across the middle on short slants. So, you know, that's a possibility too. And for Woodbridge, you know, what do they have to do? Really just more of the same.
Yeah, do what they're doing.
Yeah, do what they're doing and keep getting the ball to their playmakers and put themselves in positions and make sure that Cameron Johnson's ready to play because he's got both touchdowns.
Yeah, make sure all his equipment's working.
Yeah, make sure he's ready to go.
So Laurel will kick it away. Do you go onside kick maybe? Woodbridge isn't playing up. I mean, your defense is playing great.
I mean, what kind of gambler are you? Maybe.
It's going to be a high kick.
That's borderline onside kick.
Schroeder able to cover it. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Woodbridge at their own 38.
They did that for a while in the NFL. Instead of the onside kick like that, they would pop it over and hopefully one of their speedsters would get to it, but a little too much leg on it for that.
Mm-hmm. So the Woodbridge offense comes on the field. They lead 16-0 to start the third quarter. Quarterback Zach Plummer leads them out of the huddle.
And Zach Plummer's quietly had a really good game.
Yes, yeah, he's controlled the offense. Jakar Banks wide to the right. And it's going to be a handoff to Johnson. Jump cuts, picks up a couple. And going to get about a gain of 2. It's going to make it
flying.
2nd and 8. Yeah, helmet's flying.
That's 24 on the tackle for
Tymier Shields.
Boehner's helmet came flying off. Comley put it back on,
yeah,
right back in the mix.
College, you got to leave. I guess high school, you don't. Marvin Dooley in his 3rd season here at Woodbridge they're the underdog here at homecoming, looking to steal one tonight. 2nd and 7.
A victory here will go a long way for them.
Risper off the left side. He's got some holes, and he's got the 1st down for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. They go into plus territory at the Laurel 48.
Asante Laughlin on the tackle, and Risper just slashing through the defensive front of Laurel.
Game going a relatively slower time. Well, of course, we had the 25-minute halftime, and they were a little late on the.
Are 25-minute halftimes legal?
I don't know. Usually they're 20. I think they should be illegal because.
I mean, that's a nap.
That's right. 1st and 10. Plummer in the pistol with an up back. Schroeder comes in motion to the near side. Johnson again looks to his left, has a running lane, and going to be taken down at about the 39.
Number 8.
Pickup of about 8 on the play, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, good lead blocking by Schroeder and Risper. Schroeder in motion, and then Risper the up back, moving the pile for Johnson. And this is what we thought we were going to see from their offense, a steady diet of Johnson up the off tackle, up the middle.
First or second and call it a long 2 for Woodbridge. So Woodbridge already made some adjustments. They got first down, and they're near the second one coming right out of the half where they struggled with only 3 first downs in the first half.
Yeah, and this half they're so far not playing behind the sticks.
And that's going to be Johnson for a first down.
Hey, Johnson falling
Laurel's
forward.
saying to have the ball, but I think the refs are going to call him down.
Yeah, I think the refs are going to call him down.
They're going to get together and talk about it.
That's number 7 holding the ball for Laurel.
Yeah, they're going to say he was down. Basically, it's going to be one of those, we don't know.
Parker. Yeah, we don't know. Inadvertent whistle.
There was not a referee near the play, so.
I thought the ground caused the fumble. So.
That's the second first down of the half for Woodbridge, so one more, and they equaled their output of the first half. Had the ball, and they finally, for the first time, one of these two teams has broke the 40.
Yeah, and Woodbridge is rolling now. This is the drive of the game so far.
Right. First and 10 for Woodbridge. Banks to our near side. Schroeder goes in motion. Johnson off the right side.
Johnson just battling for yards.
Keeps the feet moving. Picks up 3 or 4. Makes it second down.
He took a stiff arm to the face going through that hole. He shook it off.
First down brings up a second down and 8 for the Raiders.
Second and 8. Blue Raiders would like to punch one more in here early in the third quarter, go up 3 scores. And that just make Laurel do things that they're just not comfortable doing.
It looks like
Wildcat formation.
Johnson.
And Johnson able to step out of a tackle and pick up a few.
I like him in the Wildcat direct snap.
Direct snap there to number 8, Tracy Johnson.
Less of a problem with the handoff.
Dooley bringing those 2 wing backs in. They act like pulling guards. He picked that up one year, the year they went to the state finals. He had a guard get injured late in the year. And so he
switched it up.
Took 2 tight ends and put them in the backfield and made them pulling guards, basically.
I like that.
Staying in that tight formation. And I think he's got another first down. He does. Johnson, 3 first downs here in the third quarter. Just 5 minutes in. First down, Woodbridge.
I've always liked the Wildcat single back.
It gives you an extra blocker.
And it gets the ball usually in your most productive guy's hands.
First and 10, ball at the 24. And Johnson brought down from behind. I believe that was Bell on the tackle.
Yeah, that's Patrick Bell on the tackle.
Pickup of 3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and this is kind of one of the things we talked about in the pregame. At some point, Johnson was just going to start taking over the game for Woodbridge, and it looks like it's starting to happen a little bit here.
Sussex Central has stretched their lead to 24-7, second half against Appo.
Yeah, and Dooley's just sticking with this. It's working.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's ran this play about 6 in a row.
And nice spin move by Johnson. He's going to get it down to about the 15-yard line.
And Johnson's one of those guys that just needs a crease. He doesn't need a wide.
Right.
He can just scoot right through there.
And for the first time tonight, Scott, we're in the red zone for either team.
Yeah, and Johnson almost kind of turned sideways and scooted through that and then spun back inside.
They call it getting skinny.
He got skinny going through that hole.
3rd and 3 here for Woodbridge.
Yeah, Woodbridge said, let's do it again.
Johnson up the middle and has some running room. He's got another Woodbridge first down. The ball inside the 10.
What do you think, 2 more times?
Yeah, probably 2, maybe a third. But I tell you what, they push this in and get the 2-point conversion. Laurel's in a lot of trouble in this game.
I mean, we talked about it. Who's going to make what adjustments at halftime?
Well, neither team moved the ball in the first, so we'll have to see what Laurel can. I mean, Laurel would have been better off getting the ball in the second half.
Yeah, Woodbridge just came out and said, you know what, we're going to run the Wildcat.
Right.
We're going to Johnson, 2 tight ends in the backfield. We're going to go left, and then we're going to go right. So stop us if you can.
Johnson looks to the right side. This time he jumps over the pile. Picks up about 3 on the play.
He jumped over the pile, landed on his feet, and kept running.
Right.
Johnson makes his way down to about the 4-yard line.
Not the most exciting brand of football, but it's extremely effective
if
here.
it wins, it's all that matters, right?
That's what we say.
5:20 to play here in the first quarter. Woodbridge on their opening drive have the ball at the 4. 2nd and goal from the 4. Yeah, a little bit of confusion where they want to line up.
I mean, this is the 8th play they've run in a row. Exactly. Oh,
this time he's hit at the hole.
And that's Scotton on the tackle.
Scotton breaks through, makes the tackle. He's going to bring up a 3rd and goal.
He said, I've seen this play a few times.
Yeah.
There's only 2 choices.
Right.
One on the play brings up a 3rd down.
There's only a couple holes they've been running through. Off guard or off tackle.
3rd and goal from the 4. They have just 3 yards in a cloud of dust the whole way down until Scotton stepped in the hole.
Yeah, Scotton filled that hole nice.
And
big push.
And right into the middle of the pile. Going to be a touchdown for Woodbridge Blue Raiders.
Johnson just felt his way through, found that little soft spot, and went right behind his offensive tackle.
Right, his offensive line just pushed the pile.
It looks like he was behind 74 on that play.
So Marvin Dulick got to be pleased here. Big high five for his assistant coach. And Woodbridge will again go for 2.
I mean, they made the adjustment.
Yeah, they're the first team to be able to march it down the field.
And why not? Let's do it again.
Johnson up the middle. He's got the extra point. It's 24-0 Woodbridge. Folks, we're going to be back after this commercial timeout.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Surf Bagel has served the community in Delaware for over 20 years, providing fresh, hot bagels, breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, wraps, salads, local coffee and smoothies, and our iconic merch. Welcome to Surf Bagel. We're stoked to serve you.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
And welcome back to Greenwood. Our score 24-0. Apo scores, makes it 24-13. Slays Annam 13-7 over St. George's. I thought that would also be a close game.
And if you're a Woodbridge Raider or Woodbridge Raider alumni or fan, tonight is the night.
Right.
I mean, they are getting it done. All aspects at this point. You know, their offense sputtered in the first half.
But defense took care of them.
Defense took care of them in special teams, and now they come out, made some adjustments, found a little softness in the defense of Laurel, and they just exploited it. I want to say that was an 11-play drive, and they ran the same play 11 times.
Right. Takes it at the 20. Looked like he's going to break away, but he's going to be taken down. Gets it out to about the 46. So Laurel, their first offensive drive of the second half.
Yeah, and the offensive line of Woodbridge last series, just on the last drive, just took over.
Oh, yeah, they took over the game right there.
74, Matthew St. John, 78, Dylan Passwaters and company. They just pinned their ears back and pushed the pile.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 47.
So let's see if Woodbridge can respond to that.
And they do. That's Bell. Correction, Limehouse running hard. Limehouse, he's their east and west guy. That's time to get him going north and south, and you see what he does.
I'd love to see Limehouse and Bell just go back and forth now and make this a heavyweight battle. They need a good drive here, really, to get their confidence up and start to feel better about, what their scheme is.
Oh, they're in the Maryland eye.
Oh, nice play.
That's going to be Limehouse. Gets back to line of scrimmage. It's an offense you do not see very often.
Tracy Johnson streaking in from the right outside linebacker spot.
The old Maryland triple I.
I do like that. Scott in the 4-point Bulldog stance.
3:30 to play here. Third quarter, Woodbridge up 24-0 over the number 2 team in the AA.
Hey, you would think the rankings would be reversed.
Right.
That's 10 on that play.
Yeah, that's going to be Limehouse. Can't get anywhere.
Logan Morin, number 10, with the play in the backfield.
3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
That's 2 beautiful linebacker plays by Woodbridge.
And Tracy Johnson being helped off the field. That's not good down the road. Hopefully it's just a cramp. They just dump him off, and Johnson won't be back on the field. 3rd and 10 for Laurel. This time it's going to be Shockley following his blockers. Gets away from Risper. He's got some room down the sideline, and he's going to go out of bounds. But that's going to be a Laurel first down. There's a flag on the play. That's probably going to be an extra 15.
Yeah, I'm going to say stepped out of bounds and then the late hit maybe.
Right.
That might be the best offensive play so far.
Right. And that play there, Scott, I don't know if you noticed, there was the chance for an option there. So let's see if the
come right back to it.
If the Bulldogs come out with an option type offense.
I mean, they got the wide side of the field, near side here, so I mean they could just come right back, run it the other way. I had a coach that loved to do that, man. If it worked one way, he would just turn it around and do it the other way. Yeah. So I would tell him, I'm like, a lot of the reason it works to the one side is because of personnel.
So he's going to be 1st and goal from about either the 7 or the 8.
7-yard line.
And it's going to be Shockley again. Spins, takes it down inside the 5.
Now, we've seen Shockley be dangerous
He
here.
is tough inside the 5.
He is tough inside the 5. He's dominant inside the 5.
He scored 3 touchdowns against Sussex Central in the season opener.
That was like Groundhog Day, the exact same play.
Right. 3 times.
Yeah. And he really went right between the center and the guard and just kind of snuck in there.
2nd down from the 4, 2nd and goal. This time it's going to be, I can't tell if that's Limehouse or.
I think that was Bell and the Risper on the tackle. Risper with a big hit in the backfield. He's been all over the field tonight.
That was Limehouse on the carry.
The 2-yard line.
Ball down to the 2, 2nd or 3rd and goal from the 2.
Big play here for Shockley, if they call his number. This is an important score for them.
Yeah, they need to get this on the board. Shockley, quarterback sneak.
I'm going to say he was stopped.
Yeah, it looks like that's what the referee's going to say too. So he's right down to the goal line, 4th and goal from inside the 1.
They're going to run it again. You got to think they're going to run it again.
Make some noise, Raider fans.
That's about the half-yard line, right?
Keyshawn Copes checking in as Niblick goes out.
I mean, they got to be sneaking it again, you would think.
4th and goal from the 1. And they do. Shockley, but he slips and falls, but they give him the touchdown. Touchdown for the Laurel Bulldogs.
Wow. 52, the center, Ryan Jones for Laurel, got a nice push. And that gave Shockley the amount of room just to kind of fall.
Now, Laurel, traditionally, they go for 1 normally. Now they're in a position they have to go for 2.
I think they're going to come back and do it again.
Ball moved back to the 3-yard line.
I don't know if he slipped or dove underneath the legs.
Yeah, it looked like he slipped, but he obviously got the ball out in front.
Big play here.
So Shockley brings the play in front of the sideline for the 2-point conversion. Woodbridge has gotten both of theirs, or all 3 of theirs. And they go back to the triple I, Maryland I. And Shockley finds a crease on the left side, and he's in for the extra point.
And Johnson met him right at the point of attack. And Shockley just had the angle that he was able to get in. Great play by Johnson, though.
Yeah, I think we had some scuffle down there, but no flags thrown. Got the players going different directions. And we're going to take a timeout. Your score with 49 seconds to play in the third quarter. Woodbridge 24, Laurel 8.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. Come check us out. Fish On is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a cool atmosphere with a happening bar, spacious dining room, and outside patio. Popular dishes include the seafood stew and fresh oysters from the Raw Bar. Fish On's recently renovated event room and is the perfect spot for your next event. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points, open 7 days a week, best happy hour around. See you soon.
And welcome back. Laurel gets on the scoreboard tonight for the first time with 49 seconds to play in the third quarter. A couple updated scores from around the state. Sussex Central starting to pull away from Appo, 30-13, and Hodgson leads Cesar Rodney, 28-7.
Yeah, and you got to think that time was starting to run out on Laurel. They needed that.
There's that high kick again. Going to take it about to 33. Ooh. That was a big hit by number 24. Time mirrored to Shields on number 12, King Peden. So 1st and 10 for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. And last time they just drove right down the field. Let's see if Laurel can do anything to stop that.
Yeah, I think that pooch kick needs to be 10 yards shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Give them a chance to get under it and make a play.
Ball up to about the 42-yard line.
So 1st and 10 for Woodbridge. Ball at their own 42.
Johnson walking very slow out to the huddle.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, a cramp or what, but they carried him off the field and they put him down and he turned around and tried to go back on.
I would say they threw him.
Which he could have done because they did not call a timeout for an injury.
Yeah, they stretched him out real good on the sideline, got him some fluids, and got him back out there.
1st and 10 for Woodbridge. Drove right down on their first drive of the second half.
They're back to the traditional quarterback set. Give it to Risper.
It's going to be Risper, and he's going to pick up a few. Make it 2nd down.
Yeah, 79, Jacob Bollinger also having a really good game. I mean, you can't give enough credit to the Woodbridge.
Their front line has been tough tonight. Second and call it 6 for Woodbridge. Again, we'll have the Blue Raiders again Thursday night when they host Milford. And it's going to be Johnson up the middle. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Scott and Baynard on the tackle. So, folks, at the end of 3 quarters, Woodbridge 24, Laurel 8. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment.
And welcome back to Greenwood. Laurel got the score, got on the board. They now trail 24-8, but Woodbridge doing just what they did the last time, Scott, just looking to drive down the field.
Yeah, I was really impressed so far with Joseph Baynard, just the super soft, making plays all over the field on defense. He's really starting to show me something. We love watching him wrestle,
right?
And I think he's going to have an even better year this year.
Defending Henlopen Conference champion as a freshman. 3rd and 4 as we start the fourth quarter. Well, looks like they're going back to the Wildcat with Johnson. And Johnson goes off. He's met this time, Scott, maybe a yard on the play.
Yeah, I think that's Scott that met him in the backfield.
So if you're Marvin Dooley, midfield, are you the riverboat gambler or you punt it away and play defense?
I think he's going to punt it away. Though,
And on comes the punt team.
Yeah, here comes Banks. Here comes your punt returner and your punter.
Right. Well, your defense has only left to one score tonight. So I think,
It was on the last drive, though.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I would uneasily punt it away also.
Yeah, nobody would catch this if it's me.
Yeah. I mean, you worry about Johnson ran the ball so many times, then he comes back and makes a play on defense.
Kicks a floater down middle of the field.
Oh, he picks it up.
And he's going to play it. And Nibbit has some running room. Gets it out to about the 25. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Laurel. Scott, think we'll see a little more passing coming out of Laurel this time?
I'd love to see him get the ball to Niblett down the field. He's so dangerous.
And you got Speed and Parker.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the 26-yard line.
I mean, with 11 minutes, I don't think you have time for two Maryland Triple I drives.
You need a quick strike here somewhere along the way.
There you go, 26-yard line.
But, we talked about that. This offense is really not built for that.
No.
And you hate to get into a situation where you're forced to throw.
Yeah, you don't want to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, Niblett just went out.
1st down for Laurel. Ball there 25. And they do with Xavier Limehouse. And he gets nowhere.
Yeah, it's number 9 on the stop.
Gain of 1.
Markel Clark, the junior.
He's had a couple big plays in this game.
I do like when he makes the tackle because he'll let you know, and then that way it's not hard to distinguish. As an announcer, you're always like the guy that just makes a tackle and walks away, and then gives him a high five. It's like
that's Limehouse.
Yeah.
He doesn't celebrate. He's ready for the next play.
I prefer a little celebration.
As we said, Limehouse comes out to the left side, stiff arms, and Jakari able to bring him down. They're going to say the ground caused the fumble. He's going to pick up about 4 on the play, bring up 3rd down.
Banks flashing his closing speed on the ball carrier.
Yeah, Limehouse just a little slow getting that stiff arm out. He gets that out split second. He might be going. Banks long and lean, able to get his arms wrapped around him.
Yeah, it's one of the things when you're looking at football players. How fast do they close? What kind of speed do they have? Can they get to the ball quick? And Banks got all those characteristics.
3rd and 3, and it looked like, I don't know if somebody blew Bell back into the backfield or there was a miscommunication, but it's going to be a 4th and 1. Joe Jones is going to punt it away.
Cameron Johnson a little slow to get up. His helmet came off. He's coming off for a play.
So they say no gain on the play, so it brings it back to a 4th and 3.
It looks like Bell's going to punt it.
Who's in the backfield with him? Well, you got a lineman for his personal protector, so it's not going to be a short snap. I know it is. That's Baynard.
Baynard's a problem.
Yes, he is. He's going to take it across midfield. Wow. Just when I said 3 linemen in the backfield, they're not going to fake it. They fake it.
Hey, they got quick enough feet. That was a great play.
Well, that's the wrestler in Baynard. That's what do you have to be a wrestler? Good feet.
I like that Bell sold it. He clapped and threw himself on the ground. That was slick.
49-yard line.
1st and 10, ball at the Woodbridge 49. Still in the Triple I. Shockley on the keeper. And Johnson trying to tackle the ball. Shockley picks up about 6 on the play, brings up 2nd down. Yeah, the Laurel line's starting to get it together, Scott. They're starting to beat the drum a little bit.
Yeah, and really, you get this drive in, and all of a sudden, it makes it super interesting. If they put together their drive and didn't panic. I will say Laurel really has not panicked, though it's getting close to panic time. They really haven't panicked.
Approaching 8 minutes playing the game.
They've been staying the course. Oh, wow.
Shockley again cuts it up, and he's got a 1st down.
Yeah, 15, Cameron Johnson was in the backfield again.
Bulldogs 1st down.
They're starting to catch Woodbridge in that over-penetration. So 1st down. Laurel gets inside the 40 for the 2nd time tonight. Shockley goes under center, now back to the regular eye with the wing to the left side.
Wow.
And Johnson.
I think he got the ball.
Now they're going to say he was down. They're going to have to double team him. He is a problem.
Yeah, I think he's got the count, the snap count down.
Loss of 1 on the play, make it 2 on the play. 2nd and 12.
Second down and 12.
I mean, he slanted in. That's the third time on this series. Not to mention that the 2 scooping scores were in the backfield.
And the one scooping score he knocked down.
Yeah.
Almost like he came out of the huddle with him.
Yeah, Laurel sideline was like, he's off sides, and the refs were like, he wasn't.
Right. Back to the triple I. And it's going to be Limehouse third back through. And Bell stays with his block.
Yeah, he did.
Gain of 5 on the play. 3rd down and 7.
The Laurel crowd likes that block.
And we have a player down.
Injured Bulldog on the field.
So big series here, 6:47.
Get it back to 1 score.
Get it back to 1 score. I mean, they're going to be behind the 8 ball no matter what.
And let's see who this is. It's like Limehouse. That's not good. Limehouse comes up limping, but he's able to walk off under his own power.
Yeah, walking a little gingerly, but under his own power is a good sign.
6:47, 3rd and long for Laurel. Obviously 4 down territory, down by 16.
Without a doubt, it's 4 down
right.
territory.
How the rest of the game?
I'm also looking forward to the Colorado game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Arizona State with primetime. I might have to get Pac-12 Network.
Soon to be the Pac-2.
Soon to be the Pac-2. They said it's only
big game in the Big Ten. Undefeated Maryland traveling to undefeated Ohio State.
I'd love to see Maryland in the mix.
It's taken them a while to get into the Big Ten.
I mean, the Delmarva Peninsula, the DMV is good for recruiting. I mean, they definitely have, if they can just put a fence around their backyard.
Right. And there's going to be an offsides. Scott, you said it in the pregame. Penalties at the wrong time.
Yeah, at the absolute worst time.
That's your second penalty of the half. Not a lot of penalties in this game. So here we go, 3rd. That makes it 3rd and 13 now.
I don't think that changes the play call.
No, I think you're looking for a chunk of about 5 to 7 here.
Let's see if Johnson's in again on this one.
He is.
Again.
And there you go. You pick up your 7. So it's going to give you a 4th down.
Johnson was in on the legs of Shockley before he even handed it off.
Yeah, he's going under the center.
Right up the middle by Bulldogs.
I actually think he's taking like a drop step.
Right.
6 from 34-yard line.
Under 6 to play here. 4th and 6 for Laurel. Ball at the Woodbridge 34. Maybe the play of the game right here. Laurel doesn't get this. This could be over. And we have whistles on the play. Timeout, Woodbridge. And we'll stay right here with the action, Scott. So next week, Scott, this week we start AA district play. Next week, AAA district play. And right now, Cape and Sussex Central leading, last we heard. And they'll meet up next week in Georgetown in a little bit of a slight rivalry.
To say the least. But, it's been pretty much one-sided for Sussex Central the past 20 years, I think.
The last time Cape won was either 2014 or 2016 under J.D. Mall, and like a 16-14 game.
Bulldogs looking at a 4th down and 6 here with 5 minutes.
So 4th and 6 coming off Woodbridge's timeout.
Let's in the ball game. Let's make some noise, Raider fans.
I mean, Coach Dooley can't be more happy with what's going on right now. He just needs to stop here to solidify this. And Laurel needs to convert something to keep any hopes they have alive of winning this game.
Scotton to the right, toss to number 7. That's Parker.
He's got it.
They say stayed in bounds,
Yeah.
but they're not saying whether it's a first down. Laurel running back to the ball. And first down, Laurel. Big first down, big run by Parker there.
Usually when the chain crew drops it and runs.
He's in the area.
Yeah, he's close. It's not a guaranteed first down. But
How about Scott and getting out there and setting that edge?
Scott's a grinder, man. They're happy to have him back for sure. He does all the little things. Swiss Army knife.
There you go. Third guy through. That is Parker. I think he's got another first down. He's close to it. And first down, Laurel.
Shakai Parker, the sophomore.
He's the track guy.
We were really impressed with him every time he touched the ball. He's got explosive speed.
This time is Scotton, and he's hit. After maybe a gain of a yard.
You know he's fast. He beat Cameron Johnson to the hole.
Right.
He's been in the hole every single play.
Bulldog stop.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Second down and 8.
So second and 8 for Laurel. Under 5 minutes to play here in the game. Woodbridge leads 24-8. Scotton goes in motion. And it's going to be Shockley keeping it. Tripped up, but able to get down to about the 11. Laurel still has all their timeouts. He comes up a little lame there.
Tackle there by number 2, Jack Banks.
He's going to stay in now.
Yeah.
Man, they're making him go get the play too.
It's going to make it a 3rd and 4 in the red zone, ball at the 11.
Time's ticking away though, Benny.
Yeah.
Going to be under 4 minutes when this one gets
I think
snapped.
they might be saving those timeouts for this last Woodbridge drive or their own drive.
I mean,
back to the double wing.
Oh.
There's whistles and timeout. Laurel will take one with them, Scott. Score Woodbridge 24, Laurel 8, but the Bulldogs are threatening. We'll be right back.
Here at Grandpa Mac, we've been serving the Eastern Shore since 2015. We're all about bringing you fresh, quality ingredients. We do fresh pasta, paninis, soups, and salads. We try to be all-inclusive, vegan, gluten-free options. We do a little bit of something for everybody. In the summertime, we make a little over 200 pounds of pasta a day. You can come in and buy fresh pasta. You can bring it home. We're doing curbside pickup right now. A lot of take-to-go. We even have DoorDash if you need it delivered to you. We like to bring you good food fast and not fast food. Here at Grandpa Mac, we've been...
And welcome back. Laurel taking a timeout here with 4:56 to play.
Yeah, so we'll set it up. 4 minutes left, Benny. Laurel in a must-score situation to pull it within 1.
Well, yeah, one score.
One score.
They got to get the 2-point conversion. So
they're behind right now. I mean, they're behind from all accounts.
Right.
But there is a glimmer of hope.
So Laurel breaks their timeout huddle. 3:56 to play here. They trail by 16. They have the ball at the 11. 3rd down and 4. Back to the triple I.
For Woodbridge, I need a stop or just to slow it down.
And it's going to be a toss again to Parker. He can't get around the edge. Brought down by number 9, Markel Clark.
Markel Clark is having himself a game.
And looks like Limehouse is going to check back in.
I mean, I've been so impressed with the penetration into the backfield by the Woodbridge defense all game.
Number 9, Markel Clark.
Laurel taking their time calling this play. They're facing a 4th and 11.
Also 8 on the play, brings up 4th down and 12.
I mean, this is the ball game right here.
Yeah, this is it. Approaching 3 minutes of play. 4th and 11.
Noise, Raider fan.
Bell to the left of Shockley. 2 receivers go wide left. Shockley rolls left. Throws to the end zone. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. And that could be the nail.
Yeah, I think a little miscommunication there. I actually thought he had Keyshawn Copes for a second, and I like the odds if I can get the ball up in the air for Copes and let him play jump ball with the defensive backs of Woodbridge. But
Scott, I'm trying to think of a weekend where we've had this many field goals throughout the state. Appo kicks one. It's 30-19, Sussex Central over Appo. St. Mark's kicks one. It's now 17-16, St. Mark's over Cape. And Salesianum, somebody kicked one. It's 13-13. So the kickers taking over week 5.
Turnover on downs.
Good. I'd like to see that. We were talking about that the other day. You remember when Zach Geloff was kicking?
Right.
He's playing soccer and kicking and got drafted.
Johnson looks to run to the left and going to be taken down after a couple-yard gain, and Laurel's going to burn one of their timeouts.
Yeah, Zach Geloff, the Rehoboth baseball player, he's playing for the A's. Won AL Rookie of the Week a couple times.
Yes, she has.
Local Delaware guy doing good.
Well, they go back to the 70s when there was another Cape guy played in the majors.
Chris Short?
No, that would have been long before the 70s. I'm talking Benny Wilbanks.
Oh, Benny Wilbanks, yeah.
Played in the Pirate organization. I don't know if he ever made it to the majors, but I don't think there's been anybody in between them.
I did see him with a World Series ring.
Yeah. Unfortunately passed away last year. Was doing some youth training in the Milton area.
What year did he graduate?
I want to say late 70s, 78, 79, somewhere around there. He was done before I got in high school. So. Second and let's call it 8 for Woodbridge. Johnson coming around the right side. He cuts back in.
Yeah, and Johnson's the kind of running back that can put the game on ice.
Right.
He can close out games.
Jones going to hold his timeout as he's facing a 3rd and 1. Nope. Is he going to take it?
Brings up a 3rd down and 1.
I think he wants to see what he does here. 3rd and 1.
The Woodbridge crowd feeling it now.
Upset alert in Western Sussex County, folks. Number 2 Laurel down 24-8. Approaching 2 minutes to play in the game. 3rd and 1.
Back to the Wildcat with Johnson
and he's got the 1st down.
We're going to call it student body right. They're just coming at you. Stop us if you can.
And Laurel's going to burn a timeout here. We'll stick right with it as time's winding down. Scott, we got to start thinking player of the game.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of potential candidates. You got to love Cameron Johnson with the 2 scores. Tracy Johnson's a possibility. Risper always. King Peden with a couple big hits. Sam Schroeder had a few good blocks. I mean, Risper was all over the field. A lot of tough choices.
At the end of the game, folks, we'll take a commercial timeout. And we'll come back with our pest of the game and our player of the game. We're at 2:10 to play here. Laurel with 1 timeout remaining. It's 1st and 10 for Woodbridge at their own 31.
I mean, you got to even think the offensive line of Woodbridge.
Yeah.
Really put together a game.
And Johnson, right side, cuts it back inside, breaks the tackle, stiff arm, and gets it out near midfield for another Woodbridge 1st down. That's probably going to put this game on ice, Scott.
Yeah, and that's number 8, Jaden Cannon-Thompson with a touchdown saving tackle there. But, yeah, I agree. I think that might be the end of it. 2 minutes.
Scott, this is the old smash mouth Henny South football.
Tell you what, I learned something here tonight. That formation with the 2 tight ends in the backfield and the Wildcat.
I think that a lot of people may have written off, including me, Woodbridge after the blowout loss to Howard last week.
There's a lot to like here tonight. I mean, there's a lot to like. When we saw them against Colonel Richardson, we thought they had a lot of weapons. We weren't sure because of, it was a little bit of a rivalry game, and Colonel Richardson was a little undermanned. But then the blowout loss to Howard. Like, I don't know what to think.
Tell you.
I'm seeing it all tonight, though.
Jack Banks is in this game. Plummer takes a knee, and he takes one with him, standing right next to him.
Yeah, and let me tell you, Woodbridge has a lot to like, has a lot to be happy about. And that's under a minute. I mean, the coaching staff made all the right adjustments.
Well, they came in. They came in with a game plan tonight. And probably take a while setting that ball. And that's going to be it, folks. We'll let the clock wind down. No, I think we're going to have to go one more snap.
Yeah, Laurel's going to have to go back to the drawing board and think about, kind of what went right, what went wrong, and is this a game you just kind of say, hey, you know what, let's just move on to the next one, or is there stuff to learn from it? So we'll see. I mean, the two scoop and scores were the difference in this game.
Raiders down the ball one final time.
And that's going to be it, folks. The Woodbridge Blue Raiders pulled the upset here at home on homecoming.
Big win.
As they beat the number 2 ranked Laurel Bulldogs. Folks, we're going to take a commercial timeout, come back with the post-game stats and our post-game awards. We'll be right back.
Prevent unwanted house guests from invading your home. With cold weather coming, overwintering pests are headed inside. If you're not proactive, you could be left with a pest problem.
Expertise is needed to inspect, identify a problem, and offer environmentally sound solutions like active pest solutions.
Prevention is the key to stopping cluster flies, stink bugs, crickets, and mice from entering your home. Protect your home with a proactive pest plan. Contact Active Pest Solutions, your local pest expert.
For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Prevent unwanted house guests from invading your home. With cold weather coming.
And welcome back to Greenwood. The answer on the board, that means it's time for the Active Pest Solution Pest of the game. Scott, who do you got?
I got Markel Clark. He's number 9. He's a junior from Woodbridge. It's a theme of the night. He was in the backfield all night. It seemed like every play, every time there was a play to be made, Clark was on it. He was a pest. He was a problem. And Woodbridge with a huge upset here today. I mean, it's a big upset, Benny. And Clark's one of the main reasons we really like what we saw out of him today.
And it's time for the Louis Pizza Player of the Game. It can't be anybody else but number 15, Cameron Johnson. He's the Louis Pizza Player of the game. Scott, let's get to the post-game stats. Laurel, 147 total, 10 passing, 137 on the ground, 9 first downs. Those 4 turnovers were killer. Woodbridge, 116, 7 passing, 109 on the ground, 9 first downs, the 1 turnover. All the Tracy Johnson scores on the 3-yard run in the third, and then Shockley with the 1-yard run near the end of the third. 24-8 is your final. Scott, your final impressions on tonight.
I was totally blown away. I was totally impressed by Woodbridge. Coach Dooley should be proud of himself. He had a lot of kids play lights out. Cameron Johnson set the tone. The 2 back-to-back scores. The defense played great, and then they had a couple good drives. And what more can you say about Tracy Johnson? I mean, 12 plays in a row, carried the ball, and he made it happen. So you got to be proud of Woodbridge, and you got to think Laurel's going to be ready. They're going to come back and be ready next week. They're a class program, and they run a great operation, and they're going to get the ship back right. But Woodbridge made all the adjustments. You got to hats off to them.
Next week we will stay with Class AA action with another District 3 matchup on Thursday night. The Milford Bucks, 3-1, come here to Greenwood to take on the Woodbridge Blue Raiders, now 4-1. Then Friday night we'll have Cape Henlopen, as of right now, 3-1. For the first time this year when they travel to the Castle to take on Sussex Central, looking to go 4-1 as they had a big lead late in a Class AAA District 2 battle. Soto Concepts pregame show at 6:35 with kickoff at 7. College football Saturday, Duquesne at Delaware at 3 o'clock, and the Delaware State Hornets at Central Connecticut at 1. The big game where game day will be is Maryland 5-0 versus number 4 Ohio State 4-0 in the Red River rivalry. Oklahoma and Texas. That's a wrap for tonight. Downstate Game of the Week for Brandon Hill, Donald Flowers, and Dave Marvel, and Kristen Mitchell back in Lewis. And Scott Cameron, I'm Benny Mitchell. Thank you for watching. The final score, Woodbridge 24, Laurel 8. Have a safe sports-filled weekend. From all of us here at Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. Good night, Delaware sports fans.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home. The things that matter most